right.
I could literally just draw my entire deck.
We are officially live. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group F, Storm's Hymn, Episode 7.
The only group not on break.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it feel like this group, it's been a year and a half since this group met? Like, so much has happened, man, in the past week. So much. Alrighty, so, I will give you guys a quick recap, because everybody was here for last session, and then we'll just jump right into it. I want music. I was just like, why is it so quiet? There we go. Alright, so, when you, let's get happy music for Beechwood Retreat, because you guys are in happy places now.
I just realized it would probably be a good idea to actually log in.
Make me a roll. Yeah.
I just realized that we stopped in the middle
It's
of
a 20, don't worry, I rolled on my desk, it's a 20, I swear.
Alright, so, when you last, or rather your last session in Beechwood Retreat, started on the, let me grab your guys' card. Started on the 18th of Priestess when you got to Beechwood Retreat. You guys shook down some people for some debts they owed, got into some fighting pits, accepted a few jobs, and then slept at the Scarlet Nave, and woke up on the 19th of Priestess. You were told this afternoon, or rather this evening at sunset, that Willis Calcadar would be holding a meeting, arranging a crew for some big job that he has coming up. And so the Silver Tree was in town waiting until that meeting. While in town, you decided to do a little investigation of your own, and you went looking for the pirate. Reverse. That night on the 18th, before the group went to sleep, Nyoka and Milani and Gerildon went and investigated the meeting location of where Willis told everybody to meet. They found a strange contraption built into a abandoned temple. Otherwise, they found the temple unoccupied and in disrepair. On the 19th, you purchased some magical alcohol from the Tavern Keep Fives. You have 9 doses of the Phoenix Blood left. One of the effects that it can cause is for a person to comprehend every spoken language, but unable to reply in any particular language. You went searching from there for the pirate Elmira. After doing a little investigation at the low docks, you found out there was a hidden part of town called the Cove that pirates hang out in, and went to the cove looking for her. There, Nyoka threw a man off of a ledge, a drunken, passed out man. He went screaming down to the next floor below before he caught on the top of another building. And inside of the tavern, I forgot the exact name of it. I'm pulling up my folder now. But inside of the tavern, you found a couple pirates playing cards, and Elmira singing and dancing with a entertainer. She is in full revelry, celebrating a upcoming job. She let it slip to you guys that the Ironwind Pirates were planning on raiding the White Cloaks mercantile fleet, and presumably plundering the gold that they're transporting before it gets to Beechwood Retreat. And that this would feasibly earn her favor with the admiral of her fleet and make them all filthy rich. Elmira attempted to pay back her debt to you guys by literally bludgeoning you to death with gold coins. And yeah, I think we're gonna pick up right there. Let's see, the place you're in, it's not the Scarlet Nave, Group F, Inatok, Chat, Silver Tree, White Cloak, Beechwood Retreat. The Happy Gesture. Or wait, no, you guys never asked for the name of it. Okay, but anyways, that's the name of it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Just like, we didn't... I assume we read the sign.
Yeah. The sign is the Happy Gesture Tavern. It is a small 3-story building inside of the Cove. The Cove is a series of wooden buildings built between rope bridges on a cliffside that is sheltered on 3 sides of the... Well, actually, it's sheltered above, and then to the north, the east, and the south from any storms that might blow from the seaside. Yeah, so we're gonna pick up right in there. Go ahead, Shelby.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Out of character, is our favorite pirate Daggertooth still there?
Yes.
Your favorite pirate.
He is there.
No, he's absolutely our favorite pirate.
He is a man with a dagger tooth. His name is not Daggertooth, though.
His name is now Daggertooth. It's not a choice. We established this last week. We'll re-establish it now. His name is Daggertooth.
If you want it to be
You can
called
keep telling us it's
Candelabra,
not.
you should have like
He shall forever be
candle on
known
his
as
shoulders.
Daggertooth.
It's like he doesn't understand branding.
Yeah, so, you are all in this, tavern. Elmira has just drunkenly showered you with, gold. There is an upstairs... Oh, well, let's, there's an upstairs to this establishment if you, want to go, up there, but, otherwise, you guys can, party rock, wherever you want.
More cards.
There we go. There we go. Boom. All right. What does everybody else want to do in here? XJ is gambling.
You know, for a robot, it's kind of weird he has a gambling addiction.
It's not really an addiction. It's just that I'm really good.
I assume it states his competitive nature without having to kill something.
I also know that one of my friends watching hates it, so it's partially to piss her off.
Let's see what we were doing. Oh yes, I was in the middle of a very stupid flirting process with a drunken pirate.
Yeah, you had just said goodbye to her after she paid you. The party was posturing to leave.
Waiting on you, boss.
Ugh, I need out of here. I'm not a fan of the drunkards. However cute they may be.
Nyoka points to Daggertooth, goes, he looks kind of cool.
He is gambling with XJ the whole time, occasionally looking back over at your party. XJ is gonna gander from table conversation, and I told you guys this before. His name is Candelabra the Feared. As you guys are gambling, you know, he releases a couple stories about how much he enjoys setting people on fire by throwing candles at them after he coats them in oil.
XJ is going to actually bring up the fact that, like, but when people see you, they don't see candle fire, they see Daggertooth.
He's gonna nod and say, well, it's just a convenient place to store it, but burning people be me true passion.
My name is Taserface.
You know what you should do? You should lightly coat that dagger with a fine oil, and then, like, right before a raid, you, like, light a match and have that on fire. That would be cool as hell.
He's gonna nod, and then the person next to him is gonna say, but wait, wouldn't that set your face on fire? And
No, just the dagger. Like, you need, like, you know, just a small little coat. So, like, you know, when the battle first starts, they just see this, like, small little, like, blaze coming, and then he comes into focus. You know? Yeah, you have to think of the cinematic view.
He's gonna say, what if I get a slingshot? I light the dagger on fire, I light them with oil, and then I slingshot the dagger into them. And they call me Dagger Lobber. The man's gonna shake his head.
You're thinking.
The man's gonna shake his head and says, no, candelabber's your thing. You've been doing it for 12 years.
That's actually kind of impressive.
No, but no, think about it.
Solidly good career at candelabber.
No, you know one thing you could do? You can name the dagger Candle. Like, just, like, scratch it into the side. Then you can keep your name and still do that.
While XJ is talking, he wins 7 gold on his first hand and loses 2 on the second.
Net worth of 5, I'm cool.
What's the rest of the party want to do, though?
I'm just having a very intimate conversation with my friend, Candelabber the Dagger Tooth.
Yeah, like, having the logistical, like, know-how of, like, candle lobbying and dagger lobbying.
Well, see, I feel like we were posturing to leave, but he's still at the table. So I feel like I should, like...
XJ made a friend.
go over there and get forceful.
Oh my god.
Alright, Morgan approaches the table. What does she say?
Oh, she's just going to put a hand on XJ's shoulder. I assume he feels things.
How do you feel things?
I want my presence to speak for itself.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
Nyoka leans over and says, "That means go, Spirit Stone."
Oh. Actually, we'll get up and follow the group.
We do have other business to attend. Also, get the dagger enchanted so you can spit fire.
That's gonna be an idea. He's gonna roll a he's gonna roll an insight check and say, I don't be one of them magic types though. They do that around these seas? Looking a little confused.
Yeah, I mean you can, with the right know-how and enough gold or gumption, you can get just about anything to do just about anything. So part of his face, of his upper jaw is missing, where this dagger kind of like points out. You're gonna see him put like 2 fingers around the base of it and wiggle this out in the most uncomfortable fashion. Take it and plant it into the table in front of him and say, by this time next month, then all will know the name of Candelabber the Feared, flaming face of the warm water straits.
I'm loving every second of this.
Pleasure to be the first one to know your fearsome name.
You guys promoting this interesting venture?
We're helping him get ahead in life.
I'm not gonna make it for him. It's not in my wheelhouse. I'm a water lady.
He is going to tell you guys he's a part of the Shiaren Pirates, as the name of his crew.
So is that like a subset? Like, I don't know.
You guys
how
have never heard of them.
I mean, can I make like a history check? Would I know? Like,
yeah,
is
you
it
can.
Separate from the Ironwind Pirates, or is it like, you know, like a subsidiary?
Do you ask him that?
I mean, I'm gonna make my history check, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night rolls, baby!
8? I mean, who's ever heard of the Shiaren Pirates? It's actually kind of a vulgar name of, it's actually kind of vulgar, Oh
yeah, I could actually piece that together, wouldn't I?
Yeah, it's,
I speak old tongue.
It's It's kind of like, I guess the easiest way to say it is the glorified fuckers would be the name of their
I
pirate
fucking
brand.
love it.
This is like best name ever. All right.
Why is our team named the Silver Tree? We could have been named cooler shit.
We could have been the people that fucked you up.
And
we can always change names now.
Listen, we need to think of some serious rebranding.
yeah, Candelabre's
Once-
gonna put a thumb to his chest and say, don't be forgetting the name. If you ever need privateer work done in the region, we take coin too.
We'll definitely keep you in mind.
always
Nyoka's gonna
looking
look
for
at him and go,
business
how much?
opportunities.
Nyoka's gonna look at him and so, how much?
For privateer work, he's gonna say depends on the job.
Nyoka's
And he's
nod
gonna
and point to Morgan.
If we ever need it, your name's noted.
Are we seriously going to hire pirates right now? Aren't we trying to do
We're not
something else?
doing it right now, but we're definitely making a note of it.
We're schmoozing
Yeah.
and building a contact sheet.
When Milani says that, he's gonna say, "Hey, what's your deal with pirates, mate?"
I don't know if you realize this. This is called networking.
He's like, listen, we're making future business agreements.
He's gonna say, "I'm Candelabre the Feared, most respected in these ports."
Just take his word on it. Don't question him, just take his word on it.
Milani's just staring and was like, I don't have time for these for the amount of questions I have right now.
Otherwise, he just kind of like postures, arms out, chest out, nods, and is gonna pick up his dagger and like fashion it back into his jaw. Otherwise, you guys can just leave if you want. He's gonna sit back down and keep playing.
Morgan will extend a hand to at least, you know, I don't know, thank him for his time. You know, I'm trying this thing where I'm not a complete bitch to everybody in my community.
He's gonna shake it. You know, like with the utmost like of courtesy and over extreme bow of like, this is what fancy people do, right? Probably, I don't know.
Not fancy. Am I fancy compared to pirates?
You're much fancier than this place. This place. Oh, did I not describe this place? This place is a wreck.
I mean,
It
it's
is
filled
a
with
trash-
pirates.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the ghetto part of town,
Like,
next to
we
the
came
dock,
to
with
we came to a
an
hidden
area
part of-
known for piracy.
Right, we came to a hidden part of town with a, you know, to a pirate tavern to shake down and flirt with a drunk pirate woman who bought a hooker. That's exactly high class.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just to put everything into context.
Yeah.
Just in the last 2 days, it's weird because it's like we had the meeting with the Master of Magic, where like, oh god, the middle class, and now it's like, oh, we've met the rung under us.
Yeah, they literally live underneath the city. So, I was just making sure you guys knew where you're at.
But yeah, so it's like, we don't need the formalities.
Ironically, Nyoka nearly threw the top guy over out of the tower just the same as he threw the lower guy out of the walkway.
But yeah, so Candelabra, you know, it's like Morgan Darbahari, if you ever need it. I don't have a fancy title yet. I guess that's something to work on.
He's gonna, and this is how Morgan gets This is where Morgan's politeness ends. He's gonna say, Morgan Don Bahari, the nice. One of the pirates at the table is gonna elbow him and say, nice looking!
Deep breath.
Niobe just spit.
Just like, trust me. Not as nice as she looks. Don't get her pissed.
Good day. And then leaves.
Alright,
You were all spared that day, as I didn't prepare flame spear.
Just like, you're lucky that I ran out of spells healing people I don't like.
Oh no, I have all of my spells. It's just, what is Moonbeam gonna do to a pirate tavern? Probably more than I did for, but...
Alright,
Nice mood lighting.
you all leave the happy gesture and begin walking the walkways again. Below you there is a group of people calling up and questioning to the man Nyoka through on the building top. It's hard to hear exactly what they're saying. They are just, very noticeable, just like, hey!
Wait, say that again, Brandon? So it's the guy threw off the
Yeah,
roof?
so a story down from you, there's a man on a roof climbing down the one that you threw. As he's climbing roof to roof and you guys are walking out of the building and walking the walkway, you can see there's a group of people calling up to him.
Can I do a perception check to see what they're saying to him?
Yeah, you can.
What, you're gonna pull out your drums and start playing? Why do you need a percussion check?
I'm gonna try that as well. If only because I haven't
If you
given yet.
miss her.
So you hear the shouts of their conversation, but as they start talking back and forth, and they're actually holding the conversation, it's hard to make out those bits. Morgan can make out that the name, the Ironwind Pirates are mentioned, and Elmira is mentioned. As far as, just like, hey, I'm looking for who? Elmira! Oh! She was a bit Fusa! And, just kind of like, the high parts of the conversation Morgan picks out.
They're apparently asking about the Ironwind Pirates in Elmira. How much do we care?
I'm just saying, a couple of quick axe strikes could probably take this entire city down.
I'm not going to... If you keep the pirates in their corner, they don't bug everybody else.
Well, they are coming to our home and gonna be bugging us there.
I say we let Morgan handle it for herself. We've already done our business. Honestly, who gives a shit?
Naoka's gonna say, but doesn't that help us with the White Cloaks? We wanted to take over that job.
I'm more worried. They're pirates. Maybe they, take a ship or two, earn a bunch of money. I'm worried that they burn the city to the ground. I like Lockleal. I don't want to move.
It's something to keep in the back of our minds. I think we have a couple more pressing matters at the moment.
Yeah, we should prepare to handle Willis.
Alright, you leave the cove. Where do you want to head?
About how long until the meeting?
It's about afternoon. You could show up early and just wait. It's gonna be a few hours until sunset, like 2 or 3.
Our actions are go wait for them at the bar, or wait at the bar for them for the time. Wait for them at the place, or wander around the city looking at cool stuff.
I mean, we can just get this over with.
I could go save us a spot at the meeting. If you guys want to go do stuff.
No, there's not much else I really want to do. Any shopping involves heavy things. And I want to lug it to the meeting.
Also, don't want it stolen from you while while there.
Right? Like...
Hey Morgan,
Mhm.
you keep saying you can make my weapon a little stronger for a day.
Yeah. I mean...
It might not be a bad idea to do now, but we have
I've already done
time.
it for the day. I have to do it when I wake up. I did it to my armor.
Fair enough.
Alright, so the decision is to wait until the meeting?
Yeah.
Do you wait at the meeting location, or do you wait at the tavern room that you rented out?
I mean, I would say the meeting location, just to be safe.
Alrighty. Going to the meeting location early. Oh, of course, I've already described this building. It's a giant. Well, not giant. It's a. It's kind of a. It's a large building, but it's a small citadel. Giant building, small relatively for the citadels to compare it to. It's a 4-pillared temple built around, you know, the central building, dedicated to the spoken wills, with the 2 floors inside and the water wheel attached to the back of the building. The lock here, as you guys approach the building, you can see that it has been repaired. The door itself is actually locked as you attempt to open it.
Brandon,
Yes.
just to make a point of clarity, Milani is going to hide his holy symbol in his pocket, or
Okay.
his satchel, and kind of make it look less like a paladin, more maybe like a fighter or something.
Okay.
Just because, you know, dealing with derelicts and criminals, someone walking up as a holy knight would probably look bad.
All right. So, as far as getting into this, building, do you want to go in through the window? Do you want to pick the lock, or do you want to kick in the door? Somebody has repaired it.
Aren't we here early?
We're here early, but I mean, like, aren't they inviting people in, or?
Milani's gonna go check the window that they had snuck in the night before that.
Going and checking the window, you are going to see. You're going to see a person inside this building. They are boarding up the windows, not on this side, but on the far north side, peeping in. Are you doing so stealthily? Or are you just like pulling yourself to the ledge and just looking in?
Once I see a person, I'm gonna start doing it stealthily. Beforehand, I wouldn't have thought of it.
Okay. They are.
Nyoka's gonna go with you, I think, on that.
They are going to be spooked as they notice you. And the man's going to drop his boards, his hammers, and his nails. You hear them all clatter to the ground. He's about 70 feet away from you. He begins running away.
Well, hold on.
You can see him open a trapdoor from under some rubble. He disappears into it.
Oh.
You couldn't just sit outside the door?
I was about to, well, I mean, at this point, should we just let ourselves in?
Mm-hmm. If you guys are still sitting at the window, he is going to reappear a few moments later. He has a massive crossbow in his hands, a large loaded crossbow, and he's going to say, "Now go on and get. I don't want no trouble."
If you wanted no trouble, why did you pull out a crossbow?
Because,
because you guys are breaking into the church he's repairing.
Nyoka should have jumped in when he.
Did we break in? I thought we were just looking through the window at this point.
Yeah, you were looking through the window. I mean, he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Did Nyoka make it inside?
Yeah. You guys had 2 rounds of actions before, he...
Oh, I would have gone in and then went to look at the trapdoor because we didn't see that in our first investigation.
You did not. So he's going to actually have it pointed at Nyoka then. This large crossbow and he's gonna say again, he's gonna say, I know how to use this thing. If I was you, I'd just best be getting.
Well, he's just gonna be standing there at the window shouting out, "Hold on, we're not here to cause trouble, we're just observing this magnificent architecture."
I'm not gonna make you roll a. I'm not gonna make you roll a deception check for that. He's gonna say, well, this temple ain't been used for some years.
Nyoka's like, "You don't want to be pointing that at me, boss."
And he's gonna say, "What business you got here?"
Like I said, we're just looking.
He's gonna nod, kind of looking at each of you. Just gonna kind of roll in insight, and he's going to take this crossbow, and it's got a leather strap on it. Put it over his shoulder and just kind of, put it on his back. And he's gonna say, I don't want any trouble, but if you go making it, he nods and then walks over to where his boards were, begins picking them up and starts nailing windows closed.
If you let me in the front door, I can help you with that.
Nyoka's just gonna walk over to the front door and open it.
Nyoka's allowed to do that. As the party walks in, he's gonna say, are you worshippers of the spoken wills?
No.
No, but I don't hold any, yeah, excuse me. I don't, judge people by their beliefs. I believe everyone has their own right to choose who they believe in.
He's gonna nod, continuing to hammer the boards in, and say, well, what... Well, actually, too, let me turn this off, because this is irrelevant. He's going to say, well, what has you coming by here to want to admire a place like this? I do say it was mighty nice back when it was in mint condition.
As I said, I respect everyone's religions and their choices, and it's a bit of a hobby exploring and looking at old temples and such.
Nyoka's gonna pick up some of the boards, and he's going to help on another window.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you, well, actually, Nyoka is a carpenter. I was gonna say I'm not gonna make you roll a profession check for it. But you can, if you, beat, 12, you can, board up this window, like, expediently and, probably better than he's, doing. And that's gonna take, Nyoka about, 5 minutes of work, like, as he's, doing it. Yeah, I mean, who even uses a stone hammer, It should be made of metal or something. His, tools are probably funkadelic. But anyways, Nyoka is able to, board up the window. It's just gonna take him some time.
XJ, do you have any, crafting hammers or anything on you?
Actually, he's gonna reach into his bag. He's like, they're more for metal work, but I do have a couple hammers.
It might be still a little, sturdier than what he's using.
Just want to let you know, you break my hammer, I break your spine.
Power down there, friend.
Do you want to say anything else to him? Otherwise,
Nope,
we can just skip forward.
The entire time, XJ is just going to be like standing motionless by the door.
What are you doing here?
He's gonna say, "Well, old friend of mine stepped back into town, asked me to board this place up. Said wasn't just right, or wasn't right or just what happened here."
The friend of yours got a name?
He nods and says, "An old contact. Back when I was in the Ruby Alliance. His name's Willis."
Well, I would love it if you could show me around this place in more detail, and Nyoka and my friend over there at the door might be able to board up these windows a little faster for you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Friday night rolls.
He's going to shake his head a little bit and say, well, the building's abandoned. I've set up a few of my own contraptions and experiments in the basement, but those are just for my eyes. Other than that, the offices upstairs, most of the wood's rotted away when Eileen left. Believe that was the priest's name I gave you guys last session. Feel free to correct me on that. I don't have that paper in front of me.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he's gonna say, other than that, this place has been slowly being looted, pillaged, and torn apart from the down and disfortunate in town. Ain't much to see. The murals used to be, or rather the stained glass windows used to be so nice. The depictions of Amira, exceptional. He continues boarding up the windows.
Lonnie's gonna go over to Morgan. So Willis is having him board up the place so that way no one can see his meeting, huh?
Can you say that again?
Sorry. He goes over to Morgan and goes, So Willis is having them board up the place so they can't see into the meeting, huh?
Most likely. It's fair. Wells is a wanted man who probably isn't rounding up people for a tea party.
I think it's kind of funny that someone like Willis would be the one to convince this poor guy to try to sanctify a church.
My experience has taught me that everybody is capable of anything.
So what should we do?
Well, there's nothing to do except for wait.
We might want to find something for him, pointing over at XJ, to do so he doesn't get stir crazy.
I'm a robot. I can stand motionless for hours.
I was gonna say, XJ was literally designed for what he's doing right now. If anything,
Yeah.
You know, to anyone not paying attention, I just look like a suit of armor.
maybe you need to do something with your idle hand.
Is that an order, boss?
Does it have to be?
Is that a? Can I hear that conversation, or are you guys being quiet?
Yeah, if you walk over,
last
I
part of
assume
that.
you can hear them. Otherwise, it's going to be a active perception check, DC 12 of just like talking in hushed whispers. I already rolled the perception check for the man. You guys can tell he notices you whispering over his shoulder, but he doesn't say anything. He just kind of keeps looking over his shoulder a little bit back at you. Otherwise you also notice Milani and Morgan whispering.
With that first roll,
Yes.
do I get the gist of what they're saying?
Yes.
Nyoka is going to shoot Morgan a glance and say, "I could use help over here." and kind of does a little chin nod to Anthony's character.
You heard him. Help.
As you wish, boss. Milani says that with a snarky grin on his face.
All right. So as you guys are waiting in here and repairing this place, by sunset, you all and this old man are going to have most of the windows on the first floor boarded up, with a exception of a few cracks, and starting to work on the larger panes of the second floor. Before somebody steps inside of the in the first floor, XJ, standing by the door, is going to notice this woman. It is Cuker. She has one of her thugs with her as she looks around. Seeing XJ, she is going to jump a little bit and then nod. And just, silent approval. She steps into the center of the place and continues to inspect this building. A few moments following behind her is another man that XJ does not recognize. he is a slender, but toned fighter of sorts. He's got fur on, definitely marking him as like some type of foreigner, and a greatsword on his back. He does not even notice XJ walking by.
Is Milani able to do a perception to see him from up there?
As these people step in, the old man that you guys are working with is going to he's going to recognize Kuker, but he's not going to recognize the other person. He's going to draw his crossbow and say, Kuker, who have you brought into my home? She looks up at you, all on the second floor, and she's going to...
Wait, did his voice just change?
A little bit. He was trying to seem intimidating to you guys.
Where's this guy and, like, to me? Like, how far away am I from him?
The guy on the first floor or the old man?
The guy yelling up at our guy, at the rest of the group.
So the old man is yelling down at Kuker, her thug, and then the person that XJ did not recognize. He is about 60 feet in front of XJ. He walked by the door and he's just, you know, in the center of this temple, like looking around with Kuker.
Alright, never mind then. Thinking of doing something.
She's gonna call up and say, Willis didn't tell you? He's having a party tonight. He's going to put away the crossbow and start mumbling to himself and say, young lad never says a damn thing what he's doing. Told me he wasn't getting in any trouble this time through Beechwood. Picks up the boards and keeps working. Kuker, looking around, is going to recognize you guys wherever you are, because that's a nat 20 on her perception check. And she's going to wave to the members of the party, smiling.
Morgan will offer a small wave back.
I just imagine Morgan standing in a corner with resting bitch face.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. That's where I'm at.
Kind of doing the same as XJ, except XJ is like completely motionless.
Yeah, if there was like a place to sit, I'm like sit with like one leg over the other, arms crossed, just like this is an absolute waste of time.
Yeah, the man who is not one of Kuker's thugs. Oh, you guys actually do recognize her other thug. You know her number 2 is Kennel. I believe that was his name. Let me grab my Beechwood.
Oh, is he my gambling buddy over there?
That's my boy!
Yeah, Kennel was the one who led you guys up to her place. And then she berated him of just like, you don't let people up here who want to kill me. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, that was the rule I forgot. My bad. Oh, Kingle. But anyways, so the man who you don't recognize is going to also find a seat along the wall, just waiting. Kuker is going to sit atop some mostly intact rubble, perching herself up kind of over this place. After about another 40 minutes, why is that there we go. We're gonna go with in that. After about another 40 minutes, finally, the door swings open last time. A man with dirty blonde hair is going to step in. He's got a rapier at his waist and a glass mug of something in his hand as he downs it and throws it to the side in the building, the mug shattering. He closes the door behind him and he closes the door behind him and locks it. As he steps in and he looks around at everybody, a huge smile grows on his face. And he's going to say, "I Ravi, I'm home!" The old man, finishing boarding up the windows with you guys, is gonna mutter under his breath and say, "Next time you tell people to come to my establishment, please inform me first."
Everybody has that roommate.
It's like, oh right, I'm having a party.
The man that you don't recognize is going to get up and address this newcomer, and he's going to say, "Willis." Willis is going to roll his head at this person, and he's going to say, "I only be here to collect the life debt you owe me. You owe for me sister. The debt be 1,000 gold or ruby pieces for getting her killed. I'll take 100 gold and call it even." Willis scratches his head and says, "It's real altruistic of you, but what was her name? Ayesta? Best document forger in town. She's dead? Good lass, that one. But if I recall, she volunteered her services." The man replies and say, "Aye, and she died, swearing to the grave she never took that ship she stole for you. Heimsdale put her head to the guillotine, buried her with me own hands. I'll be taking the 100 gold you owe me, me sister soul." Willis says, "Okay, I'll pay you as soon as I have the coins, but I don't have 100 gold right now. Or you can work for me, and when we complete the job, your cut of the score will be the life debt paid in full. 1,000 gold and 1,000 rubies. Pieces, or 1,000 ruby pieces, as a symbol of my magnanimity." He's
Melania's gonna insight this guy as he's saying this crap.
Go ahead.
Basically, I feel like he's gonna die.
I too will do this, even though it is Friday night. So I'm going to.
Friday night rolls.
Friday night rolls. Haha. He
You know what? I haven't done anything yet, so I will join you.
I mean, who really knows? You know, this guy just showed up here. This is your first time ever meeting with him.
I'm actually having a hard time finding my insight. There it is.
Yeah, I'll wait for XJ's. Milani, like, you've never met this guy before. Like, it's hard to get a feel for him. He's in a elaborate, fancy green and white trench coat of sorts. It is definitely outside of any fashion you've seen here.
Milani's more pissed off at the fact he just broke a beer mug inside of a church.
Yeah, you can't discern through his words. Everybody else is gonna be able to tell this guy is full of something that's not pleasant. The man is gonna say, "Me God Gilson could call 1,000 storms to rage, and not one would blow more wind than you." Willis is gonna continue, and he's gonna say, "Deladian, come on, work with me here. You have a problem. I'm trying to find a solution. Besides, you're shattered. Who better to run our security? As soon as you go all demonic, people will take one look at you and run in the other direction. Work with me. You won't have to do much. The life debt will be paid, and then we never have to speak to each other again. Besides, this time we're doing something for the good of the people." He's gonna roll a persuasion. Deladian's going to, he's gonna kind of like bite his lip thinking on it. And, he says, "Me'll witcha, but only because you're sure to fail. And when you do, me want to be around just to watch you get what you have coming." Willis knocks him on the shoulder and says, "Great, we have an agreement. What's a man's honor worth if not his word? Lest his word be worth nothing." Deladian looks confused. He says, "Well, if me be running swords, me will need me own Kaldar. Crews need numbers, and numbers need gold." Willis
shrugs a hand at him, says, yeah. He reaches into his breeches and pulls out a sack that jingles and says, here's 150 gold. Go hire some people you can trust. The man looks at him.
Wow!
I don't have 100 gold. Here's 150.
With scum, and he's gonna say, someday you gon' choke on the shit you talk. Taking the gold and walking towards the door. Willis calls back to him and says, that's why I chew thoroughly. And says, God, that guy, bringing down the mood. Looking at everybody
I like
else.
this guy.
He's going to walk in, looking at Morgan and say, who are you?
Not your type.
He walks by Morgan. He is going to walk to Kuker and say, and hold out a hand. Kuker takes it, stepping off her rubble, twirling under his arm, and he's gonna say, Kuker, by the grace of every listening god and goddess, you are as lovely as I remember. Kuker pauses and says, I have a son now. He's yours. Willis pales. There is a silence that kind of grips the area.
I'm aghast right now. I was gonna tap that, and she has a kid.
No, that's not a. There's no silence. You hear Milani up there laughing.
Yeah. After
if there's silence, I just wanted to state that it's not like awkward. I'm just like, what? Well, I thought we had something, and that's kids.
Kuker is going to break out into a laugh and say, I'm kidding. But if I invite you to my bed and wake up alone again, I will send my crews to find you and castrate you.
I wouldn't mind joining.
God,
XJ is actually going to pipe up and like, I would not mind joining that.
Kuker moving up the power rankings.
It's that Kuker is more in the guild than anyone in the actual guild.
Well, that's what happens when this Silver Sausage Fest is what we're rocking.
And he's going to so Milani and Nyoka are on the second floor. He's not gonna notice XJ because
motionless. I'm just a suit of armor right now.
And he's going to look at the people up with XJ, or not with XJ, with Iravi fixing the windows, and he's gonna say, so is this it? Is this all you were able to rally? She says, you said you were gonna pay me 10 gold a head. There were 6 people here tonight, not including mine. That's 60 gold. He brushes a hand at her and says, you know I can't afford 60 gold. She says, she rolls an eye and says, I'll settle for half. He pulls out 30 gold and pays her, and he's going to say, hey, come down here. We've got business to talk about.
This is gonna be out of character.
I think every urge in my body to just the whole person and be done with this.
I kind of just want to shake him down for the remaining 30. Like, anyone else with me? Just
do it. Do it.
Well, like, calm your tits. It's just at this point, I'm like, he could literally be worth double what his bounty. Like, this job could be worth double the bounty, and we'd still only see 1,800 gold. If we didn't end up arrested.
Job. So we do the
job, and then we take his head.
But yeah, when he's like, if he's gonna be like, come on down, I'm gonna do like the double finger motion.
No, XJ is going to step forward now and it's like, I am already down here.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna jump at XJ and say, whoa! Oh, wow, a Warforged! You really put in your work this time, Kuker. And he's gonna look...
That will be an additional 30 gold for my services.
He's gonna shake his head and say, no, I can't afford that, come on. Let's be reasonable here.
Totally inciting this asshole.
It's not even necessary. He's already shown us evidence that he's full of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can insight him, but
I'd insight at a.
Oh, I don't need to insight him. I know he's full of shit.
Yeah, he's completely full of shit. And he's gonna say, hear out the offer first. You might want to offer your services pro bono when you hear what we have going on. What's everybody's passive perception too?
17.
12.
10.
14.
14. All right, Morgan is going to notice something illustrious jingling from around his neck. Morgan can make out can make out a little bit of the inclination of a make out a little bit of like the markings of one of those skeletal keys that she has. Well, actually, you never spoke to the Master of Harmony, but anyways, you would see something similar.
But
like,
I mean, I have my keys.
Yeah, you would see something similar on his neck. He's going to ask. He's gonna ask Kuker and say, "Is this everyone? I told you to spread the word. Get some people we can trust. We need numbers on this thing." Kuker's gonna say, "Yeah, I told about 6 more people. They should be here any moment." He is going to.
XJ is gonna boast, "I am worth 10."
He's going to like go and look out of the cracks of one of the shattered window panes in between the boards and look towards the sky. He's gonna say, "We'll give him a couple more minutes before we get started."
XJ is going to return to his post by the door, pretending to be a suit of armor again.
Yeah, if the rest of the party comes downstairs, you guys see Willis, Kuker, and Kingle, all just kind of moving about this place. Willis is going to go into the trap room and pull out and start, bringing out several chairs. There are, what, 5 of you? Kuker, her thug. God, that's too much. He's just gonna tell the thug and say, "Hey, Kingle, you want to help me with some of these?" Kingle nods, and as he walks to the trap door, he's gonna point and say, "Yeah, just grab all of those and set them up over there." He walks away. And Kingle is going to set up 11 chairs for all of you.
XJ will stand.
There about 10 minutes passes of him just, kind of like anxiously walking to the window, looking out of it every couple minutes before finally let's roll a d6 and one more person shows up. Out of these people, okay, there we go. Out of these people, it would be that one. You all are going to recognize the dancer from the tavern that was escorting Elmira. She steps in and she is going to take a seat. Kuker is going to walk over to Willis, gesture towards her, and hold out her hand. Willis places another 5 gold in it. After a few minutes of waiting, he's gonna clap his hands and say, "All right, let's get started. I'm sure you're all wondering why I put out the call for tonight. I was hoping more would respond, but this can be a job that grows, and I guarantee the gratuity of it will attract many more faces to our cause." He's going to pull out the key on his neck, and everyone who's probably, well, the 4 members, Aravi, Kuker, Kingle, and the entertainer are all going to gasp as he pulls out the key and from around his neck, and they're going to just all look awestruck at it. And Kuker is going to say, "You got the Master of Harmony's vault key?" He nods and says, "Let's just say I have my contacts. We're going to rob the Master of Harmony blind for everything he has. This key unlocks the vault inside of Eodothia." And as he
you said that key looks like mine, right?
it does look like yours.
So I'm sorry. The gears in my brain are like, I have a key that looks just like that, and it sure as hell does not open anything in Eodothia.
Yeah,
I'm
you
pretty
can
sure.
insight his check if you want.
Oh, sure, whatever. I want to roll a 4. Oh, I rolled that too. I was a couple rolls late.
Friday night rolls.
Friday night rolls. I mean, who really knows? Like, you don't know a lot about this key. It's uncertain. But he's going to go on and state. I was gonna say. So let's talk pay. Kuker, I'll need you and your fingers. She nods and says, "I'll pay 150 gold a head." She's gonna look a little surprised and say, "That's more than you've normally offered for any job." And he's gonna say, "Well, you can say my time in Red Axe has changed me. I'm a changed man." She nods. He points to the party and says, "What skills do you bring? Who the hell are you, anyways?"
I'm Morgan Darbahari, leader of the Silver Tree. And I bring probably a lot more to the table than you do.
He nods and says, "Well, I just found out Ayesta is dead, so we're gonna need a new document forger. Does your guild handle that?"
No, we're the kind of forging we do is more of the literal sense.
He nods and says, "Well, we need to infiltrate Eodothia. You have anybody skilled and playing the part? Anybody who can extract information, get in and get out?"
Question: how many bodies do you mind?
I'm like, once upon a time, but then she took her and her new slave off to join the sigil.
Kuker is going to say, "If you pull this off, what are you going to do with all that money? It's going to be impossible to move that much gold out of Beechwood Retreat." He's going to nod and say, "It's not for me. I'm going to shower it through the low docks when we finish."
I'm magnanimous.
Yeah, and he's going to look at Morgan and say, "How about shipping? Do you handle anything in that nature? We'll need boats and people to load."
It just so happens that I made a privateer friend today, and a pirate still owes me money.
And he's gonna nod and say, "Ugh, dealing with pirates again." And he's gonna just think about it and say, yeah, just don't mention my name, but see what they'll charge for it." It would be nice if the charisma-based character could, roll anything like higher than a nat 1 on charisma checks. You guys are
Friday
gonna
Night
pick up-
Rolls!
Yeah, you guys are gonna pick up. He probably has a history with most pirates in this region.
You know, I'm not surprised. Willis is one of those characters where it's like, yeah, high charisma, and it's just really like, dude, anybody can tell that you probably have pissed off everybody.
Just a little bit.
Like, it's amazing you have friends. Also, it'd be nice if the wisdom-based character could insight for shit. But...
Yeah,
With the +7.
right?
he's one of those people that pisses off everyone because Milani is literally like reaching for his axe at every second he talks.
I'm just waiting for the order. Like, can I kill him yet?
Yeah,
How
Nyoka
Yeah,
is
how about now?
wondering why we're even entertaining this so far.
Well, because I have no idea what it was gonna pay.
Your
Well-
your bounty is for is wanted alive, but as far as like pay goes, he's gonna look over at you and say 150 gold, good for each of you, more money than you'll make in an entire month.
He says this. And...
Yeah, you don't
he
even
includes-
have to incite that. There is, like, from people's estimations and beliefs, like, Eodothia is this huge temple, like, the center of the Merchants of the Ruby's power in this region. There is probably hundreds of thousands of, if not millions of gold underneath that place.
Well, right, like, first of all, we're getting shortchanged relative to the job we're about to pull. And also, that's what, there's 5 of us if we count NPC Jordan.
Yeah.
That's math, that is 750 gold total.
That's a lot of
Milani-
money.
That is a lot of money,
Milani-
but if I drop this motherfucker right now, he's worth 3,600.
And we don't piss off the Ruby Alliance.
I mean, do you say that
Milani's
out
gonna
loud?
look at him.
No.
No.
Milani's gonna look at him and say 5,000.
He is going to, like, have this horrific soured expression on his face, just
I'm kind of having that too.
gasp, and then he's gonna say 5,000. I'll do a fifth at 1,000 a head.
Boss? 1,000 a head?
That's definitely more my speed.
Kuker leans over and whispers and says, "You'll be lucky if you get half that."
No, kind of whisper back, oh, he's going to pay that. If he wants to keep his head on his neck, he'll pay that.
So, you're just going to give all this gold away? You know that breaks the rules, right?
He nods and says, I've seen things. I've seen things while I was overseas. That type of thing with the guides and Darnthel. When you come into a little bit of faith, it changes you.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Oh yeah, Milani's inciting the hell out of that statement.
Yeah, I might as well too, given the fact that it's my religion, at least somewhat.
Go ahead and go ahead and insight.
Woo! Finally!
If you are all going to be aware that the bounty is wanted alive for questioning pertaining to his involvement with the Crimson Crusades. If there's
That's why I'm like, that's a bullshit statement if I ever heard one.
If there's a single honest thing he said all night, it was probably that one statement, bearing a heavy amount of regret in his voice.
What do the spirits say?
You can roll me a religion check if you want to ask them.
Yeah.
Want to roll? Go with it.
Ooh.
I was excited, and then I forgot that thing Shelby does where he double clicks.
Where? What do
I mean,
you say?
a 17's no slouch, but
Like, it's not the worst one.
What's that, Brandon?
What do you say along with that? So that check's kind of like a prayer to them. What's Nyoka like? How's he beseeching them?
He's trying to get a gauge on, like, how dangerous this is all for him. Like, he gets the feeling that this guy kind of likes to leave you holding the bag as he skips away with all the money.
All right. They are. They're going to respond with, seen a lot of death.
Yeah, so? What about it?
Okay. With that, Nyoka goes, "Me done, boss," and he's gonna stand up, and then he's going to punch Willis in the face.
well, we're going apparently with the bounty. I guess we can see how this plays out.
Alright.
Go ahead and roll me initiative as you go for that attack at Willis.
All of us are just Nyoka.
Everybody who wants to be involved in it, he's going to be rather unprepared for it, and Nyoka is going to get that first hit off before he joins in the initiative round. Alright.
Oh, geez, that was such a crappy roll.
Friday night rules.
Alright, so, Kuker joins in initiative, and so does Kengel, along with the escort that you guys don't recognize. And,
Oh, wait, everyone's attacking him at this point, or?
no, you guys just attacked him, and there's no constable or anything. Like, you guys just decided to attack him outright, so they're all going to be on the defensive and moving to with you. Alright, so let's, I'm just going to track this, and we'll handle it cinematically, because this is going to get fun.
By the way, I am joining in this.
Okay. Let's go with,
I secretly think Brandon wanted this exact thing to happen.
Alright, so, let me, not that page. Great, my pen doesn't work. That's fantastic. It's my favorite thing in the world.
I thought that was us.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm kidding. Alright, so, Willis has one initiative at 18, followed by Morgan.
Yeah!
With initiative at 14, followed by Kuker at 13, followed by Milani at 9.
Jesus, I'm 4th with a 9.
Followed by XJ at 8. Followed by Nyoka at 7. Followed by, Iravi, the old man, at, 5. Followed by, Kengel at 1. Followed by the, dancer, whose name you are unaware of, at, Nat 1 also.
What about Geraldine? Are you not having him in this?
Oh yeah, I guess I need to roll his.
Geraldin 12 plus whatever is on his sheet. Let's see, Geraldin Briarbosk. Plus 6 to initiative at 18. Alright,
You want combat. Or you want initiative.
yeah. God, that's so much. What did he take to,
It's his rangerness. He's got the +4 from his dex, and then I think it gets a +2 because of like his wisdom mod, because of the type of ranger.
Okay, let's see. Entertainer is popular by demand, 2-weapon fighting, umbral. Oh, Dread Ambusher. Yep. Yeah. That's it. The Dread Ambusher. Good. Heebie-jeebie. Okay. So, Nyoka stands up and attacks Willis. Go ahead.
As of it hacking, I'm going to yell, "The spirits say their death be you."
The spirits
Be
said
death about you.
he's seen a lot of death.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't say to kill him.
No. He doesn't take it that way. He just thinks that he fears basically that Morgan is going to die, so he's just going to take it in his own hands and finish it once and for all.
I mean, I've seen a lot of death too, so.
All right, let's see. Where is this guy's character sheet? Beechwood Retreat is in the clutch. There we go. And Willis. There we go. And I'm going to pull him out on my screen. All right. So, did you roll me that attack roll?
I haven't.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that attack roll.
Those are some shitty attacks.
Friday night, baby!
11.
13 and 11.
Okay,
Friday
those
night,
are both going to miss him. It is Geraldin's turn, which I...
Hold on. He's
Okay.
going to spend a key point, and he's going to do a flurry of blows.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll it.
I believe. Belief paid off.
Alright, 20, and 20 is going to hit and hit. Roll me damage. Alright, Willis takes 13 points of damage. As you stand up and attack him, he is he's going to curse and say, Cuker, you need to watch who the fuck you recruit. Gods be damned! Swearing. And, he's gonna take the disengage action. He steps away from...
Would Geraldin go first?
Oh, yeah. Geraldin does get a chance to move first. Geraldin, as a neutral good character, is going to roll a morality die on how he feels about this. And this doesn't seem right to him, so he's going to stand up and say, the bounty is for alive. Looking at the rest of the party, pull out his 2 short swords and step forward and flank with Nyoka, rolling a 6 and a 7 on his first, and rolling a 4 and 5 before any bonuses on his second. He's going to miss with those, and he does get a chance to use his bonus action to attack, as he is a dual wielder, rolling a 2 and a 7.
the 7 missing on a 13. That is his turn. Wait, God. He's got to have some type of bonus he can do to those. Okay, so the first round of combat, he gets one more additional attack for his Dread Ambusher. And yes.
What's his favorite enemy? Doesn't that affect his attack rolls?
It's human, but it's favored enemy. He gets bonus to the damage, not the attack rolls.
Okay,
the 17 finally finds its mark, and he is going to deal. Oh God, almost max damage. He's going to deal 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 3 is he deals 14 points of force damage.
Lord.
I believe that. Oh no, it deals the damage weapon type, so he deals slashing damage. 14 points of slashing damage, hitting with 1 attack. That is Geraldin's turn. It is Willis's turn. He is going to disengage with his bonus action and dash out of the door. Moving 60 feet to the doorway, unlocking it and throwing it open. It's Morgan's turn.
How far away is he from me?
He is 60 feet away from you.
Okay, so he's 60 feet away from me?
Yes.
So I will move 30 feet if I can.
Okay.
Can I get within 30 feet of him?
Yes, you can.
And then I'm...
Go ahead.
I feel like you were about to say, oh wait, I don't have to get 30 feet of him. I can just, fuck it. I'm not gonna move. Hold person.
Alright, he rolls a wisdom check against that. He's going to fail the wisdom check. He is paralyzed.
And then with that, she like throws the hand up. It's like, remember, alive. We're professionals, not heathens.
Cuker is going to stand up, hand over her, clasp over her mouth, and says, and she's going to say, "You're acting on the bounty? He's already agreed to pay us more than the entirety of the bounty."
Well, wait, do I get to respond to that? How's that?
I will allow you a response.
I haven't been given a lot of a choice.
She's gonna nod, and she's going to pull a dagger on Morgan and say release him. She readies an action. It is Milani's turn.
So he's 60 feet away from me?
Yes.
This is tense. I can't really, but there's like gonna be way more actions before I get.
So wait, is he being held down right now, or is he still at the door?
Paralyzed.
He's paralyzed in the doorway.
Oh, I was about.
The beauty of Friday Night Rolls, baby, is that you have to make saves.
Yeah, he rolled a beautiful 2 before any wisdom bonus on that save.
Alright, I'm going to bonus action Misty Step 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get up to him.
Alrighty.
Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him.
And since he's paralyzed, I have advantage, right?
You do have advantage.
Please do not kill him. Drop him. I don't care.
I'm just going to look at him
we
as
might
I
be
pull
done
out
before I
my
even get a
battle
chance
axe.
to do anything.
A second, sorry. My phone's wigging out. Give me 1 second, guys.
So.
Do you want me to make any rolls for you?
Nice and tense.
I was hoping I'd finally get to fight. This might be over before I even get a turn.
I'm just happy that whole person worked. We as a unit, and by unit, I mean all of us, are historically bad at hitting this spell.
Alright, so he's going to pull out his battle axe and just look at him and say, you know, you really shouldn't disgrace...
Oh, you're gonna kill him.
Don't!
I'm going non-lethal.
Thank God, because I would take it out of your pay.
Take it out of your pay.
Brandon, are you fucking with my sheet right now?
I am. I
Okay.
needed to make sure of something. Go ahead and roll it.
See, I'm going to roll my first attack with advantage.
Okay, the 21 hits.
I'm gonna drop a level 1 Divine Smite into it.
Okay, it is a critical strike.
Oh, it's a... That's
Yeah.
right, he's hold, so it's all
Parallel,
crit.
yeah. Fuck him up. That's what I do.
Okay, so there's that. Here is
Golly,
Divine Smite is 2d8, so I'm just gonna roll 4d8.
Well, don't you need to roll another d8
roll
for your battle
5d8.
5d8?
5d8.
Yeah, did that damage roll and count for the extra damage roll on the battle dice or the battle axe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So.
Roll 5d8. That's the additional one for the battle axe.
Rip.
All right. So the energy from the attack can be non-lethal, but the smite is going to tear him apart. You do kill him. How do
Oh my god! Well, I mean, we might as...
Like permadeath, or can we like heal him up a little bit? And...
Does anyone know revive?
I mean, after that axe comes down and the explosive, like, divine force, like, ripples off of his body, it doesn't look good for him.
So is that a no? Is he permadead? Did he get Celebrist?
You are not aware. He looks very dead from everybody else's perspective.
Well, look. So Morgan's probably gonna drop the spell by virtue of like. Actually, that's a good point. Can you paralyze the incapacitated?
Mm-hmm.
Or can I hold person a corpse?
That's a good question.
Because that would be the telltale sign.
Like, is the whole person still active?
Yeah, I will tell you guys everything that happens on the next round. This is all happening at the same time. So, Milani hits. How do you kill him? We're gonna go through the round, and then I'll tell you guys what happens.
I actually didn't want to kill him, but...
Then why did you use Divine Smite?
I don't think we've ever actually come into a place where we wanted to Divine Smite, but not kill.
I mean, this is me acting as a player. XJ doesn't give a crap, but
I don't think
like...
this ruling's ever come up.
Yeah,
I just want to say that it hasn't been a precedent that I knocked out a guy with a Divine Smite in the battle pit and did not kill him.
I would like to say in the book that Divine Smite does not do non-lethal. Divine Smite is always a lethal.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I actually had a discussion with another DM about this. Divine Smite is beseeching your god to, give you the energy to destroy your foe, and, asking your god to destroy them. The precedent for it is with Lydia Solemn in Group C, where she attacks somebody with a feat called Divine Eminence, which is very much like Divine Smite. Her hit was non-lethal, but the critical strike from the Smite, dealing 36 points of, radiant damage, was regardless, was lethal.
I was about to say, you could have waited for, like, XJ to come up. I could have done non-lethal. Give him a good smack.
Fair enough. That's fine. I didn't realize how Divine Smite worked in that particular sense, so...
Mistakes were made?
A lot of mistakes were made.
It is alright.
Milani's just gonna stand over him like... Wow.
XJ is like, I do not detect breathing. What happened to alive? That was our paycheck you just killed.
Only half of it.
Alright, that is Milani's turn. It is XJ's turn. Cuker's ready to action goes off.
Damn it!
She is going to stab Morgan, screaming and saying, "I said we weren't murderers!" She deals 10 points of piercing damage to Morgan.
Did she crit?
No, she did not crit. She's dealing precision-based damage.
So she just gets
So-
under my AC?
Yeah, she rolled a 19 on the die before any bonuses.
Okay. I was like, that was what I was confused by.
If
You're just giving me damage.
If you can... The attack roll against you is a 20... it is a 23.
Oh,
Or
no,
20...
no.
Yeah, 23.
The 19 alone got me. My problem was transparency.
Yeah.
You're just giving me damage, and I'm like, but what if you got my AC wrong?
Yeah, I saw the 19, I was just like, yep, there you go. Kingle is, with her.
Sorry, I gotta make a con save real
Well, I was like, you're good.
It's, XJ's turn.
XJ is actually going to go inspect the body.
Alrighty. Go ahead and, you can roll a medicine check on your turn, to inspect or try and...
Is it not my turn? I thought it was my turn right now.
No, I'm saying, it will be your action if you want to roll a, medicine check.
That's fine.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me one.
Well,
Friday night rolls! Friday night rolls!
I mean, what's human anatomy to you?
I might just end up killing him by trying to see if he's alive.
Yeah.
I must inspect his core.
Yeah,
I need to inspect his core. Shove.
XJ can tell, like, what's left of this man's body. It's, like, hard to tell. But, I mean, yeah, he's down.
Like...
If you want to use your action surge or bonus action, you can. Otherwise, it's Nyoka's turn.
I'm not sure what else I'm going to do at this point. I'm just like, yep, he's dead. That's a corpse, all right.
It's Nyoka's turn. What's Nyoka want to do?
Nyoka's going to yell, "Stand down," to Kuker, and he is going to get in front of her, and between her and Morgan.
Okay, there's not a space to do so. You can get adjacent to her. She's engaged with Morgan.
Then he's going to run and push her away.
Okay, roll me a shove attempt.
I have no idea what that is.
Athletics.
You take the attack action on your turn. You substitute one of your attacks with an athletics check. It is contested by her athletics. If you give me some of those beautiful Friday night rolls, she'll probably beat you. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you got it. 26, you are going to beat her 5. As she
Friday night rolls. Friday night rolls.
You push her 5 feet away from Morgan. You are able to step between her and Morgan on your turn if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You have the rest of your attack action if you'd like to use it. You have another attack you can make, or you can, just let it go.
I'm gonna let it go.
Alrighty. Iravi is, God, he's got his crossbow. He's gonna put his crossbow in his hand, and he's going to swear and say, I didn't sign up for this bloodshed. Willis, loading it, firing a bolt at Milani. It is going to be a 21 versus Milani's AC.
Yep.
He deals 4 points of piercing damage as he begins moving to the trap door. He pulls it open and kneels down, and that's where his turn ends. It is Kingle's turn. Now, alone between... God. So he's behind Morgan. Kingle is going to roll a morality die, looking at this situation, pulling out his longsword, and he's going to... He does not have advantage on Morgan. I rolled with advantage. I am going to just take the first roll. He rolls a nat 1, and he's, you know, like, gonna fumble for his longsword.
That's my roll.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna fumble with his longsword for a moment before he finally trains it on Morgan. It is Ina's turn. She is looking at all of this. She's going to call to Kuker and said is going to say, you said I'd have the choice to join before any violence broke out. Get me out of here. She gives Kuker a Bardic Inspiration die and is going to stand up, and she's going to cast Dissonant Whispers on Nyoka. Give me a Wisdom save against her spell DC. The DC to beat is 12. All right, you take 1d4 of psychic damage. You take 4 points of psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on your next attack roll. She moves away from the group behind Kuker, and she's going to say this whole place is going to go up in fire. It is the bottom of the round, top of the round. Gerildan. Is going to roll a morality die. He's going to... Oh, by the way, next round, Morgan's spell is still holding. He's
it's still holding. He's alive.
Yeah, he's going to run over to Willis, and he's going to roll a medicine check to see if he's still alive. Beating the check, Gerildan is going to call back and say he's barely breathing. Anybody can use a medicine save on their turn to try and stabilize him. I specifically wanted to know how you killed him, Anthony, because if you decapitated him, he would not have a chance to roll death saving throws. Or
no, it was more or less
a limb.
He wasn't trying to kill him. He was trying to be as, you know...
So it's like the most beast backhand slap an axe has ever given.
He rolls a 10 on his first death saving throw. It is Morgan's turn.
So I'm gonna drop old person.
No, keep it up.
Fine. It's not like I'm in charge.
Not like I'm in charge or anything.
Oh, he would have a chance to save against it when he took damage. Not that he'd make it. He's still unconscious anyways.
Right, I think... Can you make wisdom saves when you're, you know, eye in the bridge?
Oh, he makes a... No, he doesn't make the save when he takes damage. He makes it at the end of his turn.
He would get to make a save.
Yeah, so it's he rolls a 9, he fails.
Okay. So I guess I'm keeping a hold of it. And then, like, I'm gonna snarl at Kangle. I'm gonna snarl at Luger. And it's like, I'm not a murderer, he's still alive! And use healing word on it.
Alright, roll me that die. healing word. He is going to, become conscious. However, he's still paralyzed. All right, he regains 6 points of health. It is Milani's turn. He is still alive in front of you. What's XJ's passive perception?
10.
Okay, I apologize. Geraldin would have noticed this at the start of the round when he moved up to Willis. There are people marshalling outside of this. When Willis opened the door, there are people marshalling outside of this temple. Gonna roll him a die if he would even let you guys know. Yeah, he's gonna shout. Some more people are joining the meeting. It is Milani's turn.
Maybe tell them now's not the best time.
Yeah, Milani looking up from the doorway outside. There are people with torches outside. Maybe a half dozen of them. Just waiting across the walkway. Not stepping into the river just yet.
Alright. Milani's gonna kneel down. He's gonna take out his rope from his pack.
Okay.
And start binding him.
Alright, roll me a sleight of hand check. Instead of your dexterity, use your intelligence.
Oh, that sucks. That's a -1 to this.
I mean, knots are hard. But yeah, you're able to bind them up.
I was about to say, you want extra to do it? I actually am pretty good at... oh, and sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Use my bonus action to just rip the key off his neck.
No. Your bonus action can only be used by things that allow you to trigger it. Your item that you interacted with this turn was your rope.
Fair enough.
It is XJ's turn.
I'm gonna go over to him. I'm sorry, I forgot your character's name.
Milani?
The one who almost killed her paycheck.
Oh, I skipped Cuker. Give me 1 second real quick. Cuker is going to get up, holding her dagger, and looking back at Willis. She's going to look at Morgan and say, "We're leaving." And she's going to take the disengage action, walking back towards the door. Cuker is within, she's within 5 feet of Milani. Or actually, no, she'd be out of Milani's range, as she has the movement to just get outside of the doorway. And Kingle will be following on his turn. Now it's XJ's turn.
I'm going to go up to who almost killed their paycheck?
Milani.
Milani? It's like, why the hell did you think that was a good idea?
Well, I was hoping he was a little sturdier than that.
It's like, man's built like a stick. On top of that, I felt like the offer wasn't done yet. I kind of want to hear him out more.
Tie him up!
He is tied up. Yeah.
He is tied.
Yeah, Milani tied him up. Alright,
It's like, now we're going to have to contend with everyone that's about to come.
You guys still have Aravi and Kenna and Ina and combat. As soon as they as soon as you either deal with them or they leave combat, you guys can stop moving in initiative order. It is Nyoka's turn.
Nyoka is going to shit, I don't know what Nyoka's gonna do.
It's just like, I'm just kind of wondering, like, I think we're going to have to fight our way out of here, with everyone else coming.
Nyoka's going to ready an action. If anybody attacks Morgan or acts like it, he's going to attack him first.
Alrighty. Oravi is morality die. How much does he care about Willis? Above 50%, he's gonna try and get. He's gonna take one last pot shot at Milani. 15, 19 versus your AC.
Nope.
Yeah, and after that, he's just gonna swear and say, by Mira's name, climb into the trap door, seal it, locking the stone in place, and yeah, that's his turn. Kengol, looking at Nyoka, longsword held in two hands, pointed at Morgan, takes the disengage action, looking the whole way as he moves towards the door. Ina is going to take the dash action. She's already 30 feet back from the party. She is able to dash 30 feet out of the door. XJ, Milani, and Gerildon would all get an attack of opportunity against her if you guys would like to take it.
Do we care about her, or
No.
no? Just gonna let her pass.
She's running into, she's not a threat.
Alright. She runs into the water outside, sloshing the whole way as she's running towards, through the mud to the walkway. And she's going to start gesturing for the people marshalling, like just waving her arms frantically. I
think we need to get out of here.
Yeah, if you guys let Iravi, or if you let Kingle, he'll just leave. However, I need to roll a Sarah. And her thugs initiative. All right, Sarah joins initiative at 15. Exactly. And her goons join at nat 1 and 14, moving behind Morgan.
Dope. It's real sad that they have the lower initiative mod.
Well, I just rolled them as a swarm because we're in cinematic right now. If you guys want me to draw this out, I'll pause for a minute and then we'd go into a grid and roll them.
I think we can talk this out, or I can cast Moonbeam in a 3rd level spell and murder all.
All right. Well, that's interesting. It's Gerildon's turn.
Well, like, that guy clearly is like escaping through a secret hatch. How about we just break it open and follow him?
It is Gerildon is going to hold his action, looking up from Willis's body to Morgan, cursing and saying, "What's the plan, boss?" Willis takes his turn. He is paralyzed. The end of his turn. He rolls a wisdom saving throw. Gets a 16 before any bonuses. He begins squirming in the ropes. It is Asera's turn. Asera is 60 feet away. Nobody can hear her. She throws a fireball at the doorway.
Like a straight up
a 3rd level fireball.
Fuck.
Gerildon, Willis, Morgan. Nope, not Morgan, not Morgan. Gerildon, Willis, Kuker, Milani, XJ, Kingle, and Ina was the only one able to get out of range of it. All give me a dexterity saving throw.
Willis is.
Oh, thank God! Finally, something decent.
Yeah, he rolls
That's a
him.
bummer.
Does he roll them with disadvantage, or does he automatically fail them?
He's restrained.
Yeah, let's.
So he
automatically fails.
No, he has disadvantage. He rolls with disadvantage and gets a 2 before his bonuses.
He's dead.
Kuker rolls a. Kuker rolls a 19. She passes. Gerildon rolls a nat 1. He fails.
He's dead.
Milani. Well, yeah, you rolled a 14. You will pass that. XJ, go ahead and... Oh, you rolled yours 21. You do pass. Ravi is not in it. Kingle rolls a 5 and fails. Alright. That is the beauty of Fireball. Let's see. It is...
Who tossed the fireball again? Like...
The leader of this.
The lady on the shore. Out of the people marshaling with the torches outside, she stepped forward and threw the fireball. If you passed, you take half. If you failed, you take full damage. Willis goes back to rolling death saving throws as he gets up and is just like, move. And then gets hit by a fireball. Kuker rolled a 19. She takes 13 points of fire damage. Milani passed. He takes 13 points of fire damage. XJ passed. He takes 13 points of fire damage. Gerildon failed. He takes 25 points of fire damage. Oof. I don't
We're
think...
gonna kill Jordan's character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that kills him, but that really hurts him. Alright, Iravi wasn't in it. Kingle failed, and he takes 25 points of fire damage. Kingle goes down.
No! Not Kingle!
Alright, it is Morgan's turn. Somebody has just lobbed a fireball into the doorway of this church. Everybody over there, huge explosion, blast of fire goes off. Your party is looking, especially Gerildon's looking lesser for the wear. If Willis wasn't dead before, chances are he's not. He is doing pretty hot, actually. Okay, kill me. It's Morgan's turn, though.
Okay, so Morgan is going to bitch about the fact that she only has 30 feet of movement. So they're like 60 feet away?
Yeah, from the doorway, they are, if you stand in the doorway, they're about 45 feet away as far as, just where the walkway ends, and it's just, you know, muddy river, moving to the temple.
So Morgan's gonna walk 30 feet, like get 30 feet closer.
Okay, you were in the center of the temple, so you are 30 feet from the door, which puts them 70 feet from you. 75 feet from you.
Well, let's, yeah, so before I consider if I take a dash action or, be like, well, okay, boys, we either have to start, you know, are we gonna try and talk our way out of this, or do we, you know, make this our,
Okay, who has like a fire alarm going off right now?
I do, and I don't know why.
Can you go to push to talk?
I'm on my phone, I can try.
Okay.
Anyways.
Oh no, he just left. Oh, there he goes. He's back. All right. Go ahead. What's Morgan doing?
So, I mean, well, how are we gonna do this, boys? We gonna fight? We gonna negotiate? We gonna run? From the looks of it, that woman just cost me 1,800 gold.
I vote we run. We saw it. Is the body still intact?
Yeah, his body's there. I mean, it's burnt and bloodied.
Is it identifiable?
Hard.
That's
to,
the real question.
Yeah, hard to tell at this point. You know, it's D&D, so the anime character thing of the hair is always intact.
It's like XJ's gonna go pick up the body.
But I'm like, I like your suggestion here. Like, it's like pick it up and run. Where are we gonna run? Into the people.
Mm-hmm.
What? No.
The answer is no. There's no exits.
No, we just saw that guy run through.
He locked it.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Look, if we take our time trying to go through that stupid trap door, which we don't know where it goes. Anyways.
I'm just saying, like, I weigh 500 pounds. I'm sure one good stomp will solve the problem.
Aren't you built for fighting? Why are you a coward?
I'm built for fighting. I'm not suicidal. That's a whole group out there.
It's only 6 people.
How many people is it, actually?
It is, from what you can count, 6 people. With,
Oh, I thought...
They seem friendly to Ina. She is like waving at them frantically, running through the water. Her number would add them up to 7.
Oh, actually, I got an idea here.
Go ahead.
I can cast thaumaturgy and yell at them. That's probably a tad threatening, but I'm also not close enough to have a polite conversation.
I mean, I'm fine either way. I'm just thinking, like... Wait, how many is in our group?
5. We have the high ground, Anakin.
I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking we had the low ground.
They have to go through that door
they have
to
to go
get
through
us.
difficult terrain to get to you.
I'm just like, I had a character real quick. I just like, they have to go through that door to get to us, and I am a obstacle druid.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could feasibly bunker down inside of this temple and close off the close the door and just wait till they leave.
Right? Like, we could just, you know, kind of barter down. And if they really wanted to make a siege out of this, like, we can take them.
Alright, I mean, I'm fine with whatever we go with. I was just thinking, you know, I could easily break that stone slab. There's nothing...
Look, you're gonna need to bring him and Geraldine inside, and we can have a polite conversation with these people. If they decide to anger me, maybe we kill them. They do owe me money now.
They do owe us the money.
But if they're
We could shake them all down, now that I think about it.
If they're gonna keep throwing fireballs...
You know, now that I think about it, you're right. Why are we running? Like, let's shake them down.
Anyways, I'm gonna, like, thaumaturgy. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna thaumaturgy. I feel like this is gonna echo in the building.
What's the game plan?
Basically, it's just like, so Morgan's gonna do her 30 feet of movement because, you know, advantageous positioning. And just be like, come inside so that you can't get fireballed anymore. And we'll handle this like adults. You know, bury them in the swamp. Or make nice.
Basically, like, we're already in a great place to hide bodies, so...
Alright, boys. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it smart. And then I guess... Oh yeah, you know, I haven't actually taken an action. I'll ready my action.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, I can hold it. What does holding do? Doesn't that just move me to the...
Yeah, holding your action moves you in the initiative order to wherever you choose to take your action at.
Okay, whatever. I'm gonna ready it because I feel like I've talked too much to justify a hold.
Okay.
this is gonna be super vague, but if they get if they get too like, they're very, because it's gonna be like a judgment call. Anyways, if we're gonna hunker down and do this siege fight, I'm gonna cast spike growth outside the door.
Okay, so if they attack the door, you cast spike growth.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And, I think I can see outside the door, so it's gonna be such that like that 20 feet radius is gonna be all the way from. It's like door to 20 feet out.
Okay. If you would have to move to the boarded up window on this side of the room, to do that if your party closes the door. But otherwise, just running through the door, you can keep an eye out, and have the spell at the ready.
Just assume that XJ grabs the people and drags them in.
Readying the spell does require that you cast it, and you hold it as a concentration spell until the trigger goes off.
Okay, so...
if you choose not to use it, though, the spell energy will still be spent.
Yeah, I figured I'd lost the slot. That's fine.
Might as well cast it.
Well, spike growth is basically they'll start walking into the spikes, and they might not think of it much, but they'll start taking damage, and that'll,
Alrighty. The goons are going to go, and the goons are going to... 2 more are going to come and join this group. They have crates, and they start handing stuff out to everybody there. Guys, don't see what they're handing out. It is Cuker's turn. Cuker is on the stoop of the door. God, she's gonna look inside. And here's the easiest way to do this. Above 50%, she joins you guys. Below 50%, she tries to run away. 14.
Well, I feel like we just lost a business partner.
which is more gold I'm going to be.
Well, she is going to she is going to use her action. She's going to make a medicine check on Willis to try and get him up. Rolling an 8 to stabilize him, and failing, smacking his face, Willis, come on. Look at Sarah and her goons, and she is going to stand up and say, Sarah, the Scorn Fingers have never did anything in your territory. We leave the rivers alone. And she holds up her hands, and she's going to begin running through the water. That's her turn, and it's Milani's turn.
God.
Well, do we still want to talk this out? Do we want to draw weapons?
You probably want your weapons drawn regardless.
Well, weapons drawn regardless, but are we actually going to put them to use?
I don't know.
Milani's gonna
I already stated it. If you want to go all aggro, I'll support the decision to go aggro. But, we don't know what these people want.
Milani's gonna look at XJ and just say, "Can you get his body away from the door?"
And I already said to pull into the room. Take cover.
Cuker's friend is in the doorway too, right?
Yeah, Kingle. He's moving out next turn.
I was about to say, just let him follow Cuker.
I thought he was out because of the fireball.
No, he's in the doorway. The fireball's square initiated in the doorway. So
what I'm saying
I thought the damage dropped him.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. He's inside the doorway. He is unconscious. I forgot he was down.
Milani's gonna walk over and give him 5 points of health from lay on hands.
Okay.
And when he comes to, he's gonna look at him and say, "Stay or run, but don't get in our way."
Stay or run, but don't get in our way. All right. He's going to blink himself awake. You know, kind of like looking around, confused at what's happening. He seems ready to act on his initiative. It's
And Malani's gonna start backing up into the chamber.
all right. It's XJ's turn.
Alright, XJ is gonna grab the body of our target and basically like move away from the door.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to drag Willis. You can interact with him for free on your turn, moving at half your movement speed. You have your action if you'd like.
I'm just gonna do another medicine. I will do a medicine check to help him out.
Alright, DC 11.
Natural 20.
Alright,
Friday night rolls. Friday night rolls.
First try, 1. Second try, 20. There is no...
There is no in between for this.
Alright, Willis has one lingering death saving throw that is going to be with him until he completes a long rest. But he is going to roll a Constitution save for waking up. You know, like as you administer first aid to him, he's going to start coughing, breathing again. You know, just like kind of holding a hand over his wounds, trying to stop literally all his blood from exiting his body. He becomes conscious. It is Nyoka's turn.
Quick question for you, Brandon.
Yes.
The people that are outside, are they along the beach area?
Yeah, so
Meaning-
there's stilted wooden walkways.
Well, okay, so here's what I want to do, but then I need to find out what they're doing. Okay, so Nyoka is gonna go to the window where where he came in at the very beginning by the water wheel.
Okay, so
And he wants to rip down the boarding that he put up quickly, and the idea is to escape without the mob in front seeing us.
okay.
Now, if that's not possible because of where the situation is, then I need to redirect what I want to do.
Yeah, so it's going to take a dash action for Nyoka to get to the window he boarded up. Those boards were the ones you rolled a 7 on. It would be a DC 10 athletics check to rip them free and you know, go out that way.
So he's going to use his speed, and then he's going to burn another key point
Okay, for the dash.
for the dash portion of that to get over there.
Okay, roll me an
then for
athletics
his-
check against those. Yeah, you're able to start ripping these boards free. You rip enough of a hole that you could probably fit 2 people out of here, going like side by side. You rip enough of a hole that 2 at a time can leap through this window.
Okay. And then he's going to turn to Morgan and say, "Boss, do you want to head to the sea?"
I've got to at least try to defuse this, otherwise you morons will get yourselves killed.
That's it. Brandon,
Alrighty.
thank you.
Aravi is out of the initiative order. He has. I'm not going to take his actions in combat anymore. Kingol gets up. He's going to. God, he's gonna look. He's gonna look through the doorway and say, "Oh, that's a Sarah." Look back at you guys. Look at Kuker splashing through the water, and he's gonna take his chances and hope that she has no beef with him, and he's going to take the dash action running out of this place. It is Ina's turn. She joins Asera. Everybody from the doorway can see her talking to the woman who threw the fireball. Bottom of the round, goons. The second set of goons are all going to move with the glass bottles in their hands. They begin wading through the water. They move 15 feet, and let's see, what's the up to 20 feet. Two of them are going to be able to hit the doorway. The other two are going to hold. One throws a vial at the door. The vial breaks across the door as white oil and white flames erupt across it. They are throwing vials of alchemist fire in here. Morgan's ready to action would trigger if she wants to use that spell.
If I decide not to, though, that would just be wasting.
I don't think they're willing to talk.
Would I just be holding? Like, what's the deal here?
If you decide not to, you continue holding on to the spell as a concentration. It's going. You can set another trigger for the ready to action, but the spell energy is spent.
So, basically, what you're saying is, if I don't, is it use it or lose it? Basically.
So what you have done, if you think of Kamehameha, you are holding the ha in your hand right now, and you have your hand closed. You can choose when to open your hand and use that spell. It is taking the entirety of your person, though, to keep that spell held within your hand.
If they're gonna throw alchemist fire, they get spikes.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me that spell text.
Yeah.
Spike growth. 20 feet. This area becomes difficult when a creature moves in or within the area. It takes 2d4 for every 5. Alright, so when they try and move on their turn, they will, decide to make that check. You have caught 4 of them in this spike growth. It is...
Oh, also, like I said, that last text. I mean, they're in the area. I assume they see it. But if they, for some reason, like, because it's too dark, they won't. They have to make a perception check.
Okay.
Otherwise to know. Yeah, because if they can't see the area at the time it's cast, they don't realize that the spikes are.
Okay.
I don't know if that applies to anybody, but I figured it would be pertinent to mention.
Yeah. Alright, so this is how I'm going to handle this. Kingle has left initiative. Aravi has left initiative. Kuker has left initiative. Ina has also joined the other side of this conflict. Sarah is happy to let her goons pelt this place with alchemist fire until it burns to the ground. I can move you guys, or you guys can move out of initiative. I will say for every 2 minutes of conversation you have, another person is going to find their way through these around these brambles and throw another thing of alchemist fire within the doorway. They cannot reach you inside the doorway. They have to burn down the boarded windows first, and once those burn through, then that's when they'll start pelting inside of this place. Is that cool with everybody, or do you guys want to keep moving on initiative?
That's cool.
All right.
I'm fine with that.
The doorway is on fire. Another hit launched towards Milani and landed short of Milani. The square in front of Milani is on fire. alchemist fire burns and 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 burns. Willis is conscious. He is going to begin talking. He's gonna look up at XJ and say, "So your bounty hunters in disguise come to claim whatever person's offering gold on my head?"
The short version, yes.
He's going to like look towards
Looks
Sarah
like your
out
friends
there.
out there don't really seem interested in keeping you alive either.
Yeah, and he's gonna say, "I'll double whatever bounty's being paid if you get me out of here."
Am I hearing this?
I mean, you can walking over to XJ and Willis.
Are we like out of initiative right now?
Yes, you are out of initiative.
We're out of initiative. It's just that it is burning.
I can handle the fire.
Mhm.
Not a big deal.
Two more vials are going to splash against the boarded up front window. It also catches fire.
So, like, just the front of the building?
Yeah, that's all they can reach now. It's
Okay.
it's a thrown weapon, you know.
Well, yeah. It's like, you'd owe us 8,000 gold, Willis. You good for it?
He nods and says, "I'm good for all my agreement. What's a man worth if not the value of his honor?"
Let's just, it's like, don't bullshit me right now while we're getting rained fire on us.
XJ is just like, honor is meaningless if you're dead.
Do you know how to get out of here safe? Because the alternative is going through the fire lady.
Why does she want to kill you?
He's gonna look at Nyoka and says, "Why does he want to kill me? Why does anyone want to kill me?"
To leave early at 5 p.m. so that one of the droids
Well,
can
you're
attend
kind of...
some kind of event in the early evening.
I'm gonna
Nyoka's-
turn you down, Anthony. I'm getting some background noise from you. I just moved you to
I can
16%.
still hear it. Someone's got the news playing.
Today's D&D session brought to you by Sinclair.
Nyoka's gonna respond to him and said the spirits told me so.
He's going to like insight that, and he's gonna say, "Well, what speaks louder, spirits or gold?"
Well, for the rest of us, gold.
Yeah, and that's gonna come out groaned and agonized, like, "What speaks louder, spirits or gold?" As you know, he's been radiantly smited apart, blasted apart, and now you know this.
I'd like to stress again, as it stands, our only exit is through the fire.
Trap door still, actually.
No, we have the water from.
We can also bust through one of the back windows.
Yeah, Nyoka already has busted through one of the back windows.
So, I mean, I don't really do stealth, but I guess the question is, do we want to go head on, or do we want to go around?
I say we just leave while they burn the place to.
I was about to say, they're busy burning the front door. I say we take the back exit. We can work out deals in a less on fire place.
Alright.
Well, if we're getting out of here, you need to hustle. You're all the slow one.
No.
Alright, so the decision is through the backwater?
Yeah. Well, how deep is that water?
So,
Is it deep enough for me to swim?
it is deep enough for you to swim, especially once you get out by the water wheel. Directly adjacent to the building, it's only about 3 feet deep, about waist high for most people. And then
I was about to say, if it's like taller than me, it's like, question, how long can you hold your breath and how long do you think I can run underwater?
Nyoka.
The answer to the first question for me is indefinitely.
This was more for our captive.
Nyoka has already been there, so he's going to kind of give him the lay of the land and say, let's get going.
Is there a... Brandon, are there any, like, CR, like, 2... CR, like, 1/4...
fish creatures?
Can I turn... Yeah, can I turn into... Yeah, that can carry people?
Oh, that could... I was about to say, I was just going to sling him over my shoulder and just go out. Like, I can carry him no problem.
Well, I'm going for expediency.
Alright. That can carry people? I don't think so.
I think I could turn into a giant crocodile, but they don't get my swim... I think they have a 30-foot...
Yeah.
Not a giant crocodile. A crocodile?
A crocodile is a large beast with a swim speed of with a swim speed of 30.
How strong are you? Maybe you can drag us, like we can tie it to you.
Well, the answer to how strong I am is completely dependent on the thing I turn into.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I would have a 15 strength.
2 more vials launch against the south side of the building, setting that large window on fire too.
Oh, they're beginning to work their way around.
Let's go.
How would I just carry him? Because like I don't tire and I can easily carry him.
You guys move to the back window?
Get out of the window. We'll worry about it when we get in the water.
Alright. So, who's carrying him?
I guess I am.
Okay, do you jump out of the window, or?
So what I'm going to do is I'm slinging him over my shoulder, and I'm going to take a running jump through the window, and I'd like to spend a superiority die for evasive movement.
Okay. Let me familiarize myself with that.
I basically get to roll a d8 and add that to my AC.
Okay. So you just leap out the window and you begin running through the water.
Okay, so that's added to my AC. So my AC is now 19, 20, 21, 22. I have AC at 24.
Okay. You leap out of the window.
With him over my shoulder.
Yeah, with him over your shoulder, plunging into these waters. It is an athletics check, DC 24 for XJ to swim. You're 400 pounds of metal.
I was gonna say, I'm not swimming, I'm just going straight through. I don't need to breathe.
Oh, okay. It's going to be a difficult movement for you, just like running straight forward. But you are able to do so. Down here in the water below, you move probably into the center of the river before you no longer feel like Willis is on your shoulder.
Well, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm carrying him as if he's a sack of potatoes, and as the water gets deeper, as it reaches my shoulders, I'm going to slowly start raising him to the point where he's over my head as I'm still running.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Well, the only reason the water is standable where you're at right now, it takes a drastic dip by the water wheel, is because of that contraption that Iravi built into here, of the flow of water, moving over the sea stone. So running and leaping out of here, you're gonna be submerged below this water already. By the time you move your full movement is when you no longer feel Willis on your shoulder.
All right.
What's the rest of the party want to do?
Nyoka is
for-
going to follow and grab Willis when XJ tries to drown him.
Okay, roll me a perception check to find him. I have to look up lizard people now in Volo's guide. I feel like you should have good eyes for underwater shenanigans.
Booyah, bitch. Booyah.
Natural 20.
24. All right.
I'm gonna start asserting my dominance. Like, I'll carry him. I'm a robot. I don't need to breathe. I can turn into a crocodile.
Well, okay, you guys are taking too long, and the building's continuously catching on fire.
All right.
Melanie would just look at Morgan and go, "Can you still turn into a crocodile so I can ride on you and out of here?"
Yeah, if you're not comfortable swimming, get on the crocodile. There was one thing I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
To double check something. Can I actually turn into a crocodile? I can. I can turn into a crocodile. In fact, for the 4th level beast shape, the example is a crocodile.
All right.
No, the other thing I wanted to note was, when we jump out this window, like, what's the proportions? Like, how close are we to the front of the place? And then by extension, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. So this building, you know, the interior is 70 feet in a circle as far as the large cathedral part of it. Each of the pillars itself is a 25-foot room extension onto it. So they have a good, they have at least a good 100 and something feet before they even round the side of the cathedral, waiting on the stone outlying part of it to get around to this part of the river and where you guys are at.
Well, my big thing was, like, how far away from the front are we?
Oh, as far as pure distance goes,
Yeah.
you are 75 feet from the front, leaping out of the window.
Well, I can't be a good person, so crocodile it is.
All right, and Milani climbs onto Morgan Crocodile and swims.
Morgadile! Morgadile! Morgadile!
All right.
Go, Moradile!
Croc again.
Now Morgan is Morgan's seahorse.
So,
No. That's a different thing. I could be a warhorse that can breathe water.
Nyoka,
Yes.
you see Willis in front of you. He is not only not in XJ's arms. He is actively swimming away from XJ. Whatever ropes you had tied to him did not seem to are gone. Feasibly, he untied himself out of them a while ago. You can swim towards him. If you want to restrain him again, it is a contested athletics check to grapple him.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll
Punch
me.
him once, he's only got 1 AC, or 1 hit point.
Go ahead and roll me that contested athletics check. Or you can try and knock him out.
I was about to say, if you knock him out, he's out for at least an hour. We just have to make sure we don't drown him.
Yeah, actually, I want to knock him out. That's a better idea.
Okay. If you're going to take an aggressive action against him, he is aware of you guys, and we would do this then in initiative order because before you stepped up and attacked him. So as you approaching him, he's going to be in initiative against you. Which means we get to switch to the initiative order. Do you guys want to? Oh, go ahead.
I just like to ask, how did he get out of my arms when I'm active? Him.
When you never rolled a grapple check to hold on to him. When you...
I said I was carrying him like a sack of potatoes. I just assumed he was...
Yeah, you had your arms around him when you jumped in the water. He rolled his escape attempt as he was no longer restrained. He worked his way out of the bindings.
But wouldn't I have felt him, like, trying to escape my hands? Like, I never let go of him.
Yeah, I told you exactly when you felt him leave. You had the opportunity to grapple him if you wanted to, but that was where he kicked away from you. Like, wait, there's nothing in my arms.
I would have tried to catch him. I thought you just meant like he was like floating up.
If you were in the murky darkness of the waters, it's not something, you know, like apparently like aware to you, but I will make sure to, you know, like better describe it for you. But that was you know, like his getaway there. That said, you still have the opportunity to capture him if that is something you guys want to do.
No, we're not getting away. He's not getting away. We want to get paid.
It's Geraldin's turn. Geraldin is going to jump into the water, and he's going to start swimming towards. Oh, by the way, if you don't actively perceive him, you can't see him, as he is heavily obscured from you guys in the darkness of the night. Geraldin jumps into the water. He has no idea what's going on. He begins swimming downriver with you guys, and then it's Willis's turn. Noticing, well, is he going to notice Nyoka? No, he's not going to notice Nyoka. He is going to take a dash action and continue his acrobatics check, or not acrobatics, his athletics check to swim with the currents. It is Nyoka's turn. From what you can tell, it appears that he is about... it appears he's about 50 feet in front of you. Moving down river.
I'm gonna do as my max speed.
Okay.
To get close to him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw a radiant sunbolt at him.
I wouldn't throw a radiant sunbolt at him.
All right, roll me a attack roll if you want to.
Man, we really want him dead.
Go ahead and roll it.
I like know what Carter feels like.
It's like, is this a lethal attack? I thought we were just knocking him out.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you don't have a choice because it's ranged.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me the attack roll. 18 is going to hit his AC. Go ahead and roll damage. Four, that is, you're going to see him kind of stop swimming and be taken by the currents of the water.
Okay, I'm going to try and burn a key point again.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and get to him.
Alright, you move within range of him.
Okay, I'm going to grab him. Is he breathing? I guess
you can,
don't know.
Yeah, you can get a hand on him, but he's definitely not breathing underwater. Alright, it's that was the only enemy in your guys' combat. Death saving throw. He fails.
Is he just dead? Did we just kill our paycheck again?
He had 2 failed death saving throws lingering. He is gone.
I hate you people.
God damn it.
Do we? Does anyone know revive?
No, and I don't have a diamond. Regardless.
You do have his body though.
Well,
we might as well collect something.
I just want all of you to know. All of you, except for XJ and Geraldin. You guys are saints. that you're getting a lower amount of money. Not just because it's going to be cut in half, but because you're idiots.
I did everything by the book. I tried to help.
That's why it's like, you're saints.
What are you talking about? XJ was the one who fucking got him away.
Look,
No!
I'm not going to blame XJ for improper, water retrieval. I let him, against my better judgment, jump in that river. So, he gets a pass. Trilden was a consummate professional. You two killed him.
It is.
I will take that because I don't get paid less.
It is a DC 12 check for anybody without a swim speed or clinging to Morgan horse, not to be swept away. Or Morgan crocodile.
Crocodile.
Yeah.
Morgadile.
The Morgadile.
Morgadile.
You might want to put his corpse up on Morgadile. We'll get out of here way faster, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm 400 pounds.
Yeah. XJ is.
We're leaving the robot behind.
Walking across the bottom at 15 feet per round.
I'm still running. Like, I'm going my full speed.
It's like, I assume he's dashing. Like, why? He has no reason not to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I am dashing.
All right, so you are able to go feasibly deeper within the city walls, and just kind of like come out of the river there, assuming you guys are taking breaths as you are swimming. You are inside the high docks. Nyoka has what's left of Willis's corpse. Whoever wants to loot him, you can add a skeletal green key. You can add a skeletal key to your inventory. It's similar in fashion to Morgan's. You can also add his elaborate green coat if you want to, and you can also add his boot dagger and a pouch of gold coins, totaling 87 gold left.
Huh, he didn't have that much. Is there a differentiation between the two keys for my inventory's sake?
Yes, the Master of Magic would want the key he gave you back. You can roll me an intelligence check or perception check, inspecting the key you just picked up off of
22.
His is not glowing like yours is.
Okay, so
Probably a fake.
I'm gonna put dull key, and then I'm gonna put magic key. It reminds me of the Asdiff movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm gonna do the internet.
I'm gonna do a book. Oh.
Look, just because he's dead doesn't mean that we're not going to get paid out of this.
We're not gonna get paid as much.
Yeah, well, if we return the key that he stole, we could probably get it for a decent profit out of it.
And we'll talk about what to do with those profits.
When we're in safety.
Well, I think we're safe. Oh yeah, are we like up on docks now? Can I stop being a crocodile?
You can.
I would note that I wouldn't be an absolute dick about it. Like Lonnie and whoever else decided to run along can get like on shore or whatever.
Go ahead and just for remembering things, everybody in the party, give me a DC 12. Give me a DC 12 insight check.
You're asking a lot out of me.
Yeah.
You're asking a lot out of me.
Oh, wait, you said 12?
Yes.
Okay, I'm fine.
I have a +7!
Friday night rolls.
I have a +0 and I still made it.
Alright. So, implicated in this event as kind of the reasons for this happening, Nyoka and XJ are both going to be the first ones to think of solutions.
like as you're sitting here on the shore pondering like what to do next, you both are going to remember, what's her face? Timali, or nope, not Timali, Tanellin, because they all have similar names there. Yeah, Tanellin from the Steel Cabal informed you that it was the Silver Sigil who wanted the, or the Galena Maeve who wanted the bounty on him, Willis alive. You guys saw scholars from the Galena Maeve when you visited the Mage's Tower up there. Additionally, you also saw clerics up there too.
So we can let them know that upon capturing him, a stray arrow hit him.
Why not just say we were attacked in the church by someone?
Well, we were attacked. I'm just saying, during like we had to fight to get him.
Obviously, this other person did it.
Basically, like not us.
He got hit by a fireball.
He did.
He's singed.
There is very much proof of that.
Have we gone through his pockets?
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom.
Why is the dramatic music still playing if we're no longer like running?
Well, I mean, you guys are talking about a dead corpse on a riverside.
I'm gonna do a trick I learned from another life in another murder. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on the corpse to patch him up a bit to make him look pretty. I don't know where I learned this.
Morgan, Father A's illegitimate child.
The 8th surrogate daughter.
Hey, we'd get along so well.
Be sure to leave the arrow wound though.
By the way, out of character, Brandon, I didn't think I was going to catch Willis.
Oh yeah, you definitely would have caught him.
The man was bloody, beaten, burned. Like I don't think he would have put up much of a fight.
No, it's not that. But he was out swimming me. That's why I was asking about that. I didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, he wasn't out swimming you.
He only had a round of movement on you, but he was moving at 30 feet around. You have 30 feet, so you could have kept up with him. But also, if you chose to dash, in about 3 rounds of like, you could dash 60, get next to him, he'd disengage 15, and then, you know, you'd move and be like in round to act on him.
I don't know.
On top of that, he had to deal with the Mortigator, so.
But, I mean, it's fair. Like, that's what Nayoku would do. It's just like, what? We got him, you know?
I think we can all agree that there were better ways to handle that.
Anyways, back to the point. We have to turn this in. I'm not keeping a... I want to put a corpse.
Furnace. Along with all the infected bodies that we were going to burn anyway.
Anyways.
We don't get paid for that one, though, so...
How much money did we get from him?
I don't know.
87 gold.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was about the bounty. I was like, I don't know.
Oh, like from the bounty?
We technically failed. So, we'll be lucky if we get anything.
Like, we're really going to have to, like, lay it on thick if we're even going to get half. Or even a third.
I would like to state that the plan, when it comes to our story, is you all nod, and I tell it.
XJ is fine with that.
Maybe we should continue this discussion off the side of the river somewhere more private.
Well, where are we going to take him? We need to start. We need to collect this.
Okay, wait. I need to check my inventory. Do I happen to have a sack?
He's not an item, so I can't.
I'm thinking just like discreetly carrying him. It's like maybe we make him look like a sack of potatoes.
Well, we could always make it or Weekend at Bernie's him.
I don't have anything big enough to carry a body.
You have arms.
I do. I was just like, I thought we were trying to discreetly carry him. I do have a disguise kit.
Do you know where we live? I'm pretty sure that's not weird.
Shit, we'll probably pass 3 different people doing the same thing on our way there.
I would just like to state that most likely in Beechwood Retreat, the weirdest part about a robot carrying a corpse is the robot.
Where do you guys take him?
It didn't escape me that there is a plague going on over there.
Did XJ note what he gained from? Did either of them note what they gained from their insight? Because the tower would be where we want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Then let's go.
Yeah, because if you mentioned the clerics, I was like, well, if anybody can revive him, it would be them. If
So,
not,
there's
there's
a
still
chance
where we have to take him.
There's a chance that we can still save this.
Morgan's gonna, or Morgan, wow. Milani is gonna cast a.
I'm glad you're on my mind. Or, other way around.
Milani's gonna cast a pass without a trace on us.
Alrighty. Pass without a trace only has that additional effect if you make a stealth check.
It's a +10.
Yeah. It would be you're fine. So go ahead and you guys can take him to the cleric's tower. There's nobody left at the temple, so we're not going to epilogue that part. But
I feel bad about it. Hopefully Robbie lived. I was gonna put out the fires, but that would have got me way too close to the action.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Hopefully he'll do something with it. But anyways, you are able to go to the Master of Magic's tower, Bayflame. Where's my sheet for this place? And in there, bringing in this dead body, Gansong is going to be roused awake, and as you guys call for a cleric, so is Delilia. Well, no, you guys actually don't know her name, but yeah, one of the hierarchy clerics is going to come into the room. Into the center chamber as you have this body. Gansong is going to, hand over his mouth, look at the corpse, and say, "What are you doing here with that? Did you find him in the vault?"
No, we haven't gone yet. This is Willis Calcador. Or was?
Yeah, he's going to nod and say, Kalia wanted to speak with him, alive, grimacing.
We're well aware. While we were trying to capture him, a third party showed up and started hurling fireball.
His eyes go a little bit wide and say, "Inside the city?"
We weren't inside the city, right?
No, you were not.
No, we were in the swamp.
Where exactly? Yeah, swamps. Like, I don't know what to call that place.
Yeah, the river village. It is the Yanyeth.
The Yanyeth.
Brandon.
Yes.
We would have heard her shouting that person's name.
Who?
But I don't personally.
Kalia?
The,
the woman. Isera.
Yeah. Isera shouting the other woman's name.
Oh, no. You would have heard the entertainer shouting Isera's name.
Isera was the,
Isera's the lady of the
yeah. Yeah. Ina was the lady who you guys met in the, Happy Jester, who was dancing with Elmira.
I think the one who attacked was Sarah. Does that sound right to you, Morgan?
Did I hear that name? I spent most
Were
of
you
that
not
fight.
flirting with her?
No,
Yeah.
I never got the chance to. It would have been hot. But
Steamy, even.
But I mean, I spent the entirety of that fight. The closest I got to that door was 30 feet. So there's a very real chance I was never close enough to hear it.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and roll me a history check. I'll say DC 15 if you heard it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just like, who knows?
I don't know. I was too busy saving your ass.
I believe the name was Sarah that attacked.
Gansong's just going to nod and say, well, if she did it inside the city, it'd fall under my domain. But outside, same thing with the Yanyeth and the Lodocks. As long as they're not bothering commerce in the high docks, we tend to just let the gangs fight it out amongst themselves.
But regardless, that's why we're here, for the body, for the bounty.
He nods, and soon two people are going to be approaching you. They're in gray and black robes. A woman, well, actually two women, and she's going to look at the body, inspecting it, and same thing, joining the conversation late. She's going to say the bounty is for alive.
I'm aware.
She is going to look to Dolia and say, if we provide the diamond, can one of your clerics perform the necessary service? Dolia is going to nod and say, I'll see if I have anyone who isn't expended for the day. She's going to nod to her companion and say, all right, let's take him and see if we can rouse him back to this world. Do you allow her to take Willis from you?
Well, yeah, because I don't want to. Well, I'm not the one holding him. Did we slap him on the ground or a table?
No, I've been holding him this whole time.
I was about to say,
I've got a.
It might not technically be my job to, outside of a I would like to discuss payment. While we didn't get him alive, we did give him to you. So if you can rouse him, I doubt it's worth the full amount, but it's got to be worth something.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh God, please.
And Nayoka's gonna speak up, or we can just take him out the door where we found him.
Can we? What we talked about is nod in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the nodding.
She's going to say, if the ritual is successful, you'll be compensated for half, with the diamond being the price of the diamond needed being extracted from your payment.
Sounds fair.
I don't think that seems fair.
I mean, she has to pay to resurrect him.
Yeah, and that can come out of the half I'm losing. 1,800 gold more than covers the diamond you need to cast Revivify.
It's not Revivify. He's been dead for more than a minute. He's been dead for... It's
like they're casting a true resurrection here.
Yeah.
No, they're casting Resurrection, and I'm pretty sure that's 1,000 gold, which is still covered by 18.
Regardless, the other caster there, cast Tensor's floating disc.
D&D's gurney.
Yeah. You can set his body on it, but that is, the price. Take it or leave it. I mean, what are you guys gonna do with the corpse otherwise?
It's fair.
Burn it.
I'm not in a leverage position.
Burn it. We have a furnace.
Fine.
You know what? We burn him. Nobody gets any information. We get no money, and everybody's unhappy. Bye.
Like everybody's like a little more pissed off than when we came.
Put him on the disc.
Milani's gonna lean down to Morgan and go, we should discuss with the mage here.
One
head
thing
honcho.
at a time.
Well, this seems to be pretty well wrapped up.
Once the corpse is away, I can handle other business.
They begin walking away with Willis to the Hierarchy's chambers, or the Gaiori's chambers.
Today's been so stressful.
It has not been the best of days.
I need to talk to the Master of Harmony. Or I guess I can talk to. Or I guess, is Gansong there?
Yeah, Gansong's still there, like watching all of this unfold.
Hey, taking out the Dole key because I need to be specific. The Dole key. I found this on Willis. I believe it belongs to your Master of Harmony.
He's going to take it from you and say, thank you. That's
Worth money.
incredibly strange that he'd ever be without this key. It's his mark of power in the city.
And therefore worth money.
Yeah. He's going to take it from you and say, if you give me a second, I'll send a sending to his scribe. He takes the key and he... Oh, go ahead.
It's like another low leverage situation. Technically, I found that outside the city. So, it's like, that's not imminent domain. But it also is stolen property of somebody that lives in the city. So
We are trying to squeeze out every coin we can get.
I am the extortion is my thing.
The guy who casts Tensor's floating disc is going to come back in here. What was Willis's bounty? What, 3,600 from them?
Yeah.
And then cut down in half is 1,800. Then the diamond. You guys are paid 800 gold.
Not bad.
As they have to, resurrect him, and he's gonna say, "We'll know in a few minutes if it's successful after Dolilia gets her cleric set up." But Talia wanted to make sure you were paid up front for your efforts.
It's a very appreciated.
So out of all that, we only got 800 gold.
Yeah, doesn't that suck?
Brandon's afraid to pay us money. That's what it is.
Sure.
You guys had the
always had a
chance.
sure.
You had the chance to turn him in for 3,600.
No,
he
I'm
got
being
fireballed.
sarcastic, Brandon. You're beautiful.
We saved him from the fireball.
Oh no, Sarah was going to be there regardless of if you attacked him or not. Halfway through the meeting, she is going to interrupt it.
Was you gonna burn it down? Was he gonna burn it down?
She came loaded with fire bombs ahead of time.
Yeah. It wasn't because you guys attacked her. Like, Willis was gonna be like, "Oh, we have an accord. Everything's holy shit." Well, that wasn't on you. She wasn't going to kill him. You guys could have escaped with him, but Willis was not going to trust... Like, he has trust issues as is. He was not going to trust you after Nyoka attacked him. But regardless, you are paid. How long do you guys linger in the Master of Magic's tower?
However long it takes to cast Sending.
It takes 10 minutes.
I returned that key. I deserve money.
Alright.
Every cent that we can get.
Every single...
I've got to make up 2,800 gold.
Alright.
And Cooker might
By
not
my
ever.
by my estimation, I am privy to 200 more gold, at least. That's 10% of what we sold the good keys for.
Alright. So, Resurrection takes 1 hour. I needed to look that up. Sending is 1 action. When did that change? Okay, that's my bad on that. I would think I was...
Well, if it's a ritual, that makes sense.
No, I was thinking of Scrying. Scrying is the one that takes forever to cast. Scrying is the 10-minute cast one. I got those mixed up. That was my bad. So he can send the Sending instantly. And she is going to rouse the Master of Harmony, talk to him, and reply back with the Sending. And he's going to step back into the room and say, the Master of Harmony still has his key on him. Where did this key originate from?
Willis had it. He just said he has connections.
Something tells me he was blowing something up his ass.
In the short time I've known Willis Calcador, I can tell you that there's a very good chance that that's a forgery. But it wouldn't be the first time we've seen duplicates of this key.
Yeah, and he's going to nod and say, I ask that you'll allow me the time to inspect it thoroughly. If its authenticity can be confirmed, we'll compensate you accordingly. Otherwise, if it's just a fake key, it's not something I have interest in purchasing from you.
Damn it.
Morgan will resist the urge desperately to roll her eyes and go, sounds wonderful.
He's gonna nod and say, well, it's gonna take me some time to prepare a new list of spells, but once I have it identified, I'll be sure to contact you. Who amongst your order should I be in contact with for my sendings?
Me, Morgan Darbahari. I'm the leader of this bunch of wonderful people.
Alright. Morgan, insight check. What do you want to say? I'm gonna roll you a d8 for it. That's just gonna set the DC.
Well, hold on,
5.
Wait, so it's DC 5?
Yep.
So
You literally cannot fail.
I was about to say, if we've been through this once before, I get crit fail and ability check. I have a +7.
You can't. Okay, so, Morgan, you are going to, when he says it's going to take him a while to re-prepare identify, doesn't your god or your belief allow you to always have that prepared?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can account. Oh yeah, it's like, oh, so that's what we're doing. It's like, I can identify it right now.
He's going to nod and say, I wasn't aware you're a practitioner. Which order do you serve under? As he hands the key towards you.
That's actually a good question. I mean, technically speaking, I'm a cleric, with my path?
Yes.
I'm a follower of the path of Renulta. I strive for balance in things, so I figured the forge was a good juxtaposition to my natural tendencies.
He nods and says, religion is shmeh. You should consider joining one of the orders in the city. Between the Mave, the Alliance, and the Gaiori, most practitioners fall underneath one of the three. But he's going to gesture back towards his personal office and say, do you need a pearl? Do you have the necessary components?
Yes, I have a pearl. The question is how patient do you want to be? I can do it right now, but if I give myself some time, it doesn't expend as much energy.
He's gonna gesture to your group. It's up to you guys. This is literally his job. You know, identifying and managing magic.
Can you wait
within
10 minutes?
The city.
Can you be quiet for 10 minutes?
X-Ray has not said a word or moved since we've gotten here.
Cool. So I'm gonna cast it as a ritual.
All
and
right.
Milani starts running around punching all the walls, being as loud and obnoxious as possible.
Go ahead and oh wait, yeah, you cast Identify. You can roll a history check to remember all the things you see. But just like before, you're going to see the creation of this key, just like the other one. Where the other one was placed in a door and locked, and just kind of left there. This one instead was grabbed with maybe a half dozen of these other ones as a group of people were fleeing out of the chamber it was stored in. You see this key, you know, passing hand to hand, person, you know, holding it, dying before eventually it is on a boat moving across the sea.
Oh God.
You see a ritual being performed on it for X amount of time. It glows during its existence. Before finally somebody steals the key from where it's being held at inside of some elaborate keep. The woman is dressed in white cleric robes as she steals it. She leaves crying and goes to someplace similar where she is kills herself. She hangs herself and commits suicide inside of a church. Before she is completely dead, you see Willis come to. He cuts the rope, cutting her free, and rouses her body before pocketing the key off of her body, waking her up. You see the inside of Willis's breeches for probably several months of time for what is essentially flashes of, you know, like second or milliseconds, before finally you see him on a boat, putting the key around his neck as he pulls into the harbor of what's this place? Beechwood Retreat. Oh, and then you see him being killed by Milani, killed again by the fireball in the water on the shore, and then finally you see yourself reaching for the key and pulling it off his neck before opening your eyes and realizing where you're at. That history check, you are going to gander that this key was magical at some point in its time. whatever magic was inside of it that was, causing it to glow was expended over the duration of its time in Red Axe. Presumably, it has a connection to some tertiary force of magic. You gathered more properties from it than you did for your original key.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the dull key got way more love out of its identify than actual cool key.
The Master of Magic, like, as you open your eyes from this, is, going to put, like, a hand on your shoulder, like, hey, what did you see?
A lot. It's not... It never belonged to the Master of Harmonies. But it may have something to do with Willis's time in Red Axe. It used to be magical, but it's either been drained or been used.
He's going to nod and willing to part with it. We'll purchase it off of him.
Is it just me?
But that confirmed that there's way more of these things than we're actually sure of. I will also tell him that. Because, whatever, he's gonna make me get them anyway, so I might as well inform him that there's way more things to purchase.
He is going to nod and say, well, it was already attempted with the key you hold, but your key cannot open the vault inside of Eodothia. Only the Master of Harmonies.
Are we sure of that? Has that been tested?
He nods and says, yes, we've tested it with that key while it was in our care. And he's going to gesture to the new one and say, I can test it with this, but I can theorize that these keys each open a very specific vault. And perhaps matching them to their place of origin could prove to be more difficult than initially anticipated.
Well, if there's at least 12, 13 of them, yeah, that's going to be a little difficult.
And like I said, and then my vision told me that the keys use it, like, what, the incident that possibly drained it was in Red Axe? Did I garner that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, and this key was potentially used in Red Axe, meaning that either we're not exactly, or either we're missing something about how it's used, or the vaults aren't just in Galkin.
He's gonna nod, just like considering all this, and say it's going to take proper inspection. If you don't feel up to the task, I can take the key back and hire a guild that specializes in something like this. Perhaps one of the orders would be willing to take on the role.
Oh, what do you say, Morgan? Collecting a bunch of these keys and checking out these vaults could be pretty profitable.
If these keys are at all related to each other in theme, the magic key we have, the mission we were originally given, involved a kayak ruins. Had a character, right? It's kayak ruins?
Yes.
The remains of the kayak empire are very personal to me. So I would very much like to have a hands-on approach to this.
We're gonna have to hire some more people to watch the guild hall while we're away.
Maybe we can, have Rain do it. She's dependable.
All right.
Maybe we can make, or we can make nice with our half-orc friend. Hopefully they're not too mad at us.
She probably wants us dead right now.
We may need to grease them with a little bit of coin. Coin cures all wounds.
But anyways, it's like... And if you purchase that key from Willis, that makes it sound like he gets the money.
He nods and says, well, Willis isn't under arrest. The bounty was simply to question him. After he gives whatever information it is that they're seeking, he'll have his free reign throughout the clutch. This isn't... and he's gonna nod and he's like, this isn't Heimsdale. You know, throw people in dungeons for years at a time.
My complaint is that you wouldn't know that that key was purchasable without my help.
And he's gonna nod and say, a factor of whatever compensation he settles for will be shared with you.
That's agreeable.
Eminent domain works on a corpse.
He's gonna get resurrected. He'll be fine.
Yeah, if he's resurrected, who knows?
I mean, Renalda's a reasonable lady. As for if Willis is willing, I feel like he's the kind of guy that would just get a rise out of sticking it to death.
By the way, it's been a half hour of you guys talking to him. Additionally, everybody waiting around for the 10-minute identify would put the timer at 41 minutes.
Well, I mean, I actually don't know how long Resurrection takes outside of metagaming.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm just letting you know as players.
So if we're good, I need that 20-minute head start. Before Willis tells us how exactly he got where he was. Because I lied by omission.
Where are they at? Let me, I'm gonna kill that lizard and wear his skin with it.
I just feel like,
we're gonna take their money and make out like bandits. Here we go.
It's like the stupid robot, the stupid lizard, the stupid, Hulk, and the stupid yet attractive leader.
I did nothing wrong.
I want to point out that Morgan has been hit on by 2 people tonight. Both of them wrong.
If you count the totality of this day, I've been hit on by 3 people.
Yeah, Elmira did too.
If Elmira was sober, that would have gone much better. But I've been raking it in. The problem is that 2/3 of them are classless. Anyways, yeah, we should probably get to Bolton and then probably go back to the inn because there's no way we're making it back to Lockleal.
All right, so we'll pick up there next session of you guys running from the Master of Magic's Tower. Yeah, you caught Willis and turned him in after very much killing and unkilling and killing and unkilling. So, Willis was not your boss fight. He was going to help you in it. You guys did not defeat Asera as an encounter. So, you just gotta give me a
Hey
second
guys,
to...
we could have taken her!
I mean, you could have if it was a fair fight from her. She would have stepped inside of the cathedral. But the moment, she saw, everybody there, because, as far as she knew, only Willis was going to be there. But, as, standing outside, she was just like, oh yeah, I'm on the other side of this thing. He's got all those people with him. They have to, run through difficult terrain to get to me, I'm just gonna sit here and lob spells in. This is exactly where I want to be.
Right? She had the high ground. I wanted the high ground. It could have been a beautiful fight between beautiful sorceresses. Nope. Take it from me.
Alright, let's, see. Alright, so, you defeated Willis. And I'm trying to run your guys' campaign a little bit more by the, books. So I don't, you know, just, like, over-swamp you with stuff. Like I do the other groups. Let's see, 450, divided by, what's, how many people are there of you guys? 5?
5.
Yeah.
Which is 90.
Alright, so, I'm going to, give everybody, 300 experience tonight for, storyline things. I'm, going to give everybody 90 experience for, combat for defeating Willis. You, technically defeated Kingal, too. Kingal's, experience was, let's see. Alright, so, in addition to that, I'm just gonna, add 20 more experience to that. So, 300, 90, and then 20.
410.
I just realized I forgot to write down how much XP we got last session. I don't suppose you remember that?
I don't, but I try and have it as the last thing of every session, so it's, you know, going to be the last 40 seconds of the last video. That's where we're going to end tonight, so your guys' next session's on the 24th. For those people who watch, thank you for watching, and that is where we are going to end. I'm going to